Hello, hello, hello. Hey Ash, I hope you're doing well. Enjoy the lurk. Right. I did a little bit of practice before dinner, actually. So we'll see how this goes. We're getting there, though. We're getting there with this game. Oh, excuse me. That one is kind of Arabus, hope you're doing well. Ah! Oh, that's a bit mean. Okay, that's the combo I don't understand. Oh, come on. Really? Ah, what the flip is happening? Okay. Okay, so that one is there. Okay. 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 Beware the dragon indeed, Aramis. He's scary. No! Oh god. Didn't realise I was on a wall. Okay. Whoa. first try? Did I think that was first try. Let's go. Nice. Whew. 150k, holy heck. Hey Drew, also hope you're doing well. Thank you for the GG Aramus. An interesting fight for sure. Whew. I mean, to be fair, I did do a little bit of practice before dinner. I thought, and there's no way I'm going to beat the boss, so I did a little bit of practice before dinner. So, I'm surprised though we still managed to do it first try on stream now. That's awesome. Hadn't gotten that close in practice. Interesting though. Fire link, I guess, and then I think all we've got left to do now is the last boss of the main game. I think that's. I was not expecting that first try. I'm hoping that, well, hopefully this next boss will take a while. Maybe I should be careful what I wish for, but otherwise this could short stream.
Out of them, I am of thousands.
Right. Yeah, there's not much point leveling up anything now other than vitality, I guess, isn't it? For the extra equip load. Takes on an adventure. Well, we will do a tier list of bosses after this as well. Thank you for the good luck, QC. Hope you're doing well still. And thank you for the welcome back here. I hope you're doing well. Let's see if that extra equip load will allow me to put on anything else. I think this is probably the weakest thing here. Well, that would take us too much. Slightly too much. That would increase a little bit. Probably that. I would think. Okay. There's another NPC upstairs, by the way, hiding in the corner. I shall have a look. How are you doing, by the way? You've not done any. You've literally said the same line all.
And it have us secret weird, don't you think?
Literally sat there the whole game and done nothing. I'm sure there's some quest line, something with him. Oh, the guy that was here's gone. Hiding in the corner. Alright. All the way up. Alright then. Was that fog gate gone, by the way, now? There was a... Uh-oh.
Ah, oh, you're alive. Now, hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this.
What? It's the first time we've met in this game, unless he means the other game, but that'd be a different character.
Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it.
Did we meet? I don't remember meeting you.
You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts, right?
Yeah, go on. I mean, he hasn't done anything to me, I don't think. I don't remember meeting him.
I knew you'd understand.
Oh, he tried to lock me in the tower, did he? I didn't even notice. Oh, was that the trap that you meant that I homeward boned out of before I even made it to the trap?
Forever.
Oh, I see. Sell some embers. We've still got plenty of those. Don't need any of this, I don't think. I can kill them. I don't want to.
We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
Yeah, go on. Sure.
Can't find anything you like.
How far from a level up am I? Quite a bit. Hey, thank you for the freehold stream, Scoosy. Thank you for the watch streak. Okay. I guess we might as well use these things here. Yeah, it patches, doesn't it? What was it again? 58, okay.
Ashen, thou wishest yet, then call. I am of thousand.
Okay.
Very well, then take. Mayst thou thy people.
Okay, let's see if that allows me to go slightly better helmet, maybe. Ooh, we can put the Alva helm on. Couple that are better, but not within the weight limit. Hey, that's a cool helmet, though. That's a cool look. Finally, a proper helmet. Nice. Well, 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 then. Ugh. Oh. Let me just double check. I don't think I picked up any bone shards or anything, but let's see. Let me double check I haven't done any Estus things. Well, plus we can go and say hello to Andre. Why not?
Ah, 'tis good. What needs?
What needs smithing? What am I doing? Reinforce? No. Okay. Nothing needs repairing or anything. No, I don't have to do that all game. Talk.
There are two ways to smith weapons. Simple reinforcement is one, and infusion the other. Reinforcement is
Okay.
straightforward.
I don't want to. I'm being
Strengthens
rude.
a weapon
I'll listen to you.
without altering its proper infusion.
Okay, I'll kind of skip the dialogue though.
In battle,
Oh, hurrah! Nice.
pretty be careful.
I'll be very careful. Talk to you.
Have Ashen One, bring me with ash. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death?
Is it? Hey, yeah. Oh, I've got.
Gracious, let the. I only hope.
I'm gonna give them the other ashes as well,
Gracious.
and then we'll see what she's got for us, I guess.
I own her.
Obviously, I don't think I need much now. Oh, is this like the boss armors? Nice. Oh, you get the nameless king one, I guess. That's kind of cool. Wonder what am I wearing now? I wonder. Ah well.
Ashen One.
I think we're good with what we have here. We're nearly at the end here. No more putting it off, I guess. There's no need to hold on to all the souls I've collected. That's true, I suppose, but I'm alright. I don't think like 1 or 2 more levels are going to make that much difference. It might not be enough, because most of the ones I'm carrying are very small increments now. I think I've used up most of the big ones. I could use the boss soul, sure, but... Oh, that's to go back to the drag heap. Before I fight the boss? Wait, is that before I fight the boss? Is there something I need to do, or something I haven't seen? Let's have a look at the view. Oh, pretty mountains. Don't touch the bonfire afterwards. Oh, because that ends the game. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Although I think we've probably done. Everything at this point. But look at all this. Look at all this place. It's all converging together here. Oh my goodness, this has all seen better days, hasn't it? Dear me. Alright, let's go and see what this is about then. See how tricky this is going to be. Hello. Oh, hi. Oh! Okay. Oh, okay, so not going to get much of a stagger here, probably. Maybe a heavy might. Oh, okay. Chakra! Hope you're doing well! Woo? Woo? Yeah, he's scary. Okay. Oh! What? What's that? Nice. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh! What? No, 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 no! Oh, that's just great. What's it doing? What is that? What? Ah! Excuse me, that's just a bit mean. Okay, wait for those to... That's like the carrion phalanx in Elden Ring, isn't it? Oh jeez. Okay, so okay, they aren't time. Coming to shore! What the hell? Okay. Ow. Ow. That's pain. Oof! Flippin' heck, that's more pain. What was that? Okay. Oh my god, the spears! Stop! Okay. You healing, mate? Flip! Ow! Oh my god, oh god, okay. Try and learn attacks. Don't heal in his face! This is not the optimal place for healing! Okay. Ow. Is that a backflip? Oh my god. Fellow Rondo of Blood speedrunner. Oh, what's this? Oh. Ow, okay, so I can't. That's another punish. Whoa. Ow. Ow. Why am I trying to drink in the face? Hey Arctic, hope you're doing well. I'm still poisoned, I forgot about that. Ow! We could Ember. Oh, I can't apparently. Okay. Darkwood Grain Ring. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I had time to do a second roll there. Interesting. Okay. Pyromancy is cheating, Zol isn't exactly. He's mean. Okay, though. Ah. Ooh, now we have the fog wall of jolliness. Quite the journey through many concerning places. Fighting many concerning individuals. Ow. Oh god. Ow. Okay. Mate, that was through a rock. Okay. Oh, here we go. His sword's got bigger. I question that hitbox. Oh! Oh, that was pretty sick. I'm not even gonna begrudge you that, mate. Mate, you are not a Beyblade. You are not a Beyblade. You are not a Beyblade! Okay. Flip. Okay, these are... Ow! Alright. No, you don't, mate. Beyblade references? Beyblade? Is Beyblade that old, though? I remember watching Beyblade growing up. That's Beyblade. Ow. Woo! No? No fireballs. Rude. Feels like he has odd punish windows. Like it feels like he recovers from certain things very quickly. Oh. No, don't eat pop meat! Ah! Okay, wasn't. Oh, what's happening? Now he's got a big fire sword. Wait, what? Oh god! Now those are some piano notes that register in my brain. Uh-oh. Thought that jumping attack was familiar. Ah! No! Not that, no! Okay. Why do they randomly kick? What's that doing? Oh! Okay. Just use poison mist. Yeah, that was brutal. Okay. So we're back to Gwyn then. Okay. Well, Gwyn didn't kill me in Dark Souls 1, but he's got his revenge now. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Ow. Ow, what the? Certain things seem to have a follow-up in this, and then sometimes they don't. Okay. Oh, the delay. Oh. This guy really does like his delayed ones. What was that? That looked like a stab move, and then he turned it into Beyblade. Huh, okay. Now what's he got? Oh, hello, magic. But you can't do that. Mate, apparently you can do that. I can't even hit him here. What was that? Carrion sorcery. Oh, come at ashore. Here we go. How the hell do I dodge that? Okay. I don't know how to dodge that one. Because the follow-up is so quick that it gets you like there. Some of his follow-ups are so quick that I don't understand. It catches you the second you come out of the roll before you can do another one. Where? I just can't dodge any of this. Oh my god. Yeah, I barely did anything that time. Couldn't land any dodges. Let's try that again. Doop-a-doo. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, it's a lot of different attacks. That's probably why I'm not really recognizing any in my mind so far. Like, I'm not seeing patterns because there's just so many of different attacks. I can't even get a single R1 in. Okay. 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 Ow. Oh, the delay. Where's the roll? Or is it storing the input again? Okay. I have a roll, please. I don't understand attacks like that where the follow-up hits you before you can do another roll. No, don't want that, mate. What? Oh, then it does an input storage. That's been a really big problem throughout this game. It feels like it's worse than Dark Souls 1 in that aspect. Flip! Okay. Hey Freeland, hope you're doing well. Okay, hit me out of the roll there. I feel about this fight so far. I kind of like it, but it's just some of the follow-ups he does are so quick that you can't actually roll again. It's a bit mean. Alright, Gwyn, it's me and you. Mate. Mate, the range on that. Oh, the input storage! You just kick me! That's new. Oh, mate! Fighting the Flood or the X? Which one I take? If I fight the X, at least they don't have rocket launchers. Oh. Yeah, that was close. Yeah, a lot of his attacks feel kind of odd. I don't know. Fun though, but yeah, little bit odd. I think Phase 2 seems more fun. Phase 1, a little less convinced, but Phase 2 I quite like. I can't get a single, like... I can't get a single R1 in, which feels really kind of cheap. Okay. It looks like I should be able to, like, do a special attack there. I can't tell the timing on these attacks at all. I don't understand. I don't get that at all, because I was already in the roll to dodge the first one, but the second one is timed so that it hits you the second you come out of the roll, so you can't roll again. So my only guess is that you've got to roll in such a way that the second one will also iframe through it. Yeah, maybe roll towards, and that could be right. That could be right. Yeah, Phase 2 only Gwynnies to keep track of. Hello? It feels like in the DLC they kind of fixed the tracking a little bit, or the camera, because I felt that a lot of the DLC bosses, you could actually target them from like really far away. Whereas the base game, it's just a nightmare. Oh! Okay, so there isn't like a... I have no stamina! Mate, come on now, that's a bit of a hitbox. That's a hitbox and a half. What? Rolling. How did it not... Why is it not rolling? Didn't roll a single time there. I've got cramp in my foot. No, this is not the time. Ow. Let's just amber up now. Alright, Gwyn, it's me and you again. Mate. How do you dodge that? What? Flipping heck, chill. Mate, I rolled. Okay. Oh god. No, that's the danger. That's the danger zone. Stay away from the danger zone. Oh my god, that area. That music though. Holy heck. Okay. Okay. Do the jump in the air one. Go on, do it, do it, do it. Woo! Big R2 to end it. Twiddles! Ah. Link the first flame. Oh, we're not doing that. I'm summoning the Firekeeper, me. Okay. Thanks for the GG, Shockwell. Oh. Do. Yeah, I like phase 2. I wonder, was that who? Hang on. Is that who this is? My uncle got me this for like, I think it was like a Christmas or something, few years ago. Looks very similar to this fellow. It was even on the back. Oh. Okie dokie. Thanks for the GG True, False and Keo. Well then. I do believe it's time to summon the Firekeeper. Time for love. Oh. Alright. Come forth. Hey Kutsu, hope you're doing well. I think we've done everything. We've done all the bosses, done everything we want to do, I do believe. Okay, time to link the fire. No, we're not linking any fire. Not round these parts. Yeah, go on. Hello. I did it. I beat the Lords of the Cinders. I beat the Soul of the Cinders. I beat all of the Cinders. I've got packet of marshmallows, please. Most over our victory bonfire. So that's like the first flame then, I guess. Do we need some like a bucket of sand or something if we were going to put it out? What are we doing this? Hey Chrissy, hope you're doing well. Thank you for the GG. Yeah, we did. I believe so. This should all be that. Hello. Got a bit of fire here. Well, what about the rest of it? We're just gonna get rid of a bit of it. Is she about to betray me? Says, well, if you won't link the flame, I will. That'd be a bit mean. I gave you eyeballs.
The first flame quickly fades.
It does.
Darkness will shortly settle.
Bit of darkness. Okay. It's taken its time to settle.
But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness.
Oh. So the cycle can never be broken. Oh, how jolly.
Like embers linked by Lord's path.
So what happens now? Everything's all gone a bit dark. This is awkward. Like the way my mace is just kind of glowing or throwing frost everywhere.
Ashen One, hearest
Ooh,
thou
there's more.
my voice still?
Yeah, I hear your voice. What's going on? Credits? Oh, is that it? Yeah, I probably shouldn't expect any more for the endings of these games, good god. You okay, you've learned you still can't walk around much and no doctors for you tomorrow. How are you? Or how is it like still painful, Cressy? Well, make sure hopefully you're able to get the rest though, at least to improve that. How am I? I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not doing too bad today. Yeah, the frosty mace will guide the way in the darkness. It's the only light we have left. Right, that was Dark Souls 3, the third one. Actually took less time to beat with all the DLCs than Dark Souls 1 did, interestingly. Huh. That actually kind of surprises me. No, I was just saying, what was it? What did I say? I said, is it still like painful, Cressy, or is it like a lack of energy thing? I just hope you're able to get the rest though to continue healing it and stuff. That was one ending like Elden Ring or several. Yeah, I suppose if I linked the fire or did something else, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Right, thoughts on that then? Where do we start? Oh, it's painful at the moment. A couple spots hurt a lot after a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, Cressy. That's really sucky. Hopefully with some rest over the next days and weeks can improve it significantly. I'm guessing after a big surgery like that, it takes a little time for things to heal up. Yeah, hope it, as Shocker says, hope it eases up soon. Oh. Hello, Theo. Actually, I don't know if I ever mentioned that the speedrunning Triceratops is called Theo. I always called it Theo when I was a kid. He's lovely. Right. Thoughts on Dark Souls 3? Bit of a roller coaster, really, I would say. Kind of like started off quite good, then kind of got bad, and then got quite really good around the mid game, and then it kind of started kind of sucking, and it was a bit of a roller coaster ride. I think all of these games, like Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, they're all very inconsistent experiences, I suppose. They have amazing highs, but really low lows. They're very interesting. This was definitely much better than Dark Souls 1. It's not as good as Elden Ring, by any stretch, but it was definitely a lot better than Dark Souls 1. Boss quality across the board was much better. Still not a lot in the way of amazingness, but definitely a big improvement there. The levels themselves, not amazing. Like, there was a few that were good. The kind of the early game foresty area I remember was alright. The first castle area was kind of good. The peak was kind of Anor Londo again, and like Irophil. Not the dungeon, god, Irophil dungeon, horrible. But like the top of Irophil was quite good. That was kind of the peak around mid game. I think was sort of the peak of the game. Interesting. Yeah, definitely. I think it didn't quite have the interconnectedness that Dark Souls 1 had, but some of the shortcuts and stuff kind of felt nice. Dark Souls 1 was just a strange game, though. Like, there was a lot I didn't like about it at all. It did have this weird, like, Dark Souls 1 had this strange intangibleness to it, though, that it's almost like the game was like, it doesn't care if you play it, in the sense that it's just, here's a world, it exists, like it, don't like it, go here, don't go here, this is just it, and I think that's good. It does have an intangible quality that wasn't quite in this one to the same extent. Some areas maybe, but yeah, this game's still a lot better. You're entering the 4th week after surgery, so it's definitely better than it was. So that's good at least. Won't be long before you can run around again. Nice, Cressy. That's awesome. Hopefully continues healing up. Just got to make sure you don't push yourself too far too quickly. I suppose. Got to get the rest and stuff. Oh. Watch these credits play out here, and then we have a tier list to do. We have a jolly tier list to do. This is going to be interesting. I'm curious. Let's see if I even remember all the bosses now, because some of them definitely lasted longer than others. That should be fun though. I'm curious then to compare it to the Dark Souls 1 tier list I made. Can I skip this actually? Oh, begin journey 2. No, not now. I doubt I'll ever do like New Game Plus or anything, but... What do I say?
Ashen One, thou wishest yet.
Oh, okay, so just no dialogue changes or anything. Okay. Begin journey 2. Alright. 25 hours. Level 99. Not quite level 100. Oh, I suppose hang on. Let's level up. Let's get to... Actually, no. We'll end on the level we finished the game on. Level 99. Okay. Right, tier this time. Oh. Tier list time. Hang on. Well, that was good. That was very good. Okay. Right. There might have been a roller coaster, a pogey roller coaster. Which scene do I want for this? This one, I think. Okay, yeah, this one. Our Dark Souls 3 boss tier list. Right, this is going to be interesting. Whew. Watching your playthrough was entertaining throughout. Oh, I'm glad, Truffles. I'm glad people liked it. I know I get a bit too salty at times with some of these games, especially with some of like the input storage really bothered me in this one. But overall, I enjoyed it overall. I'm definitely glad I played it. Definitely a good experience overall. I think it's just that the fundamental core foundations of these games are just kind of fun. The dodge rolling into attack and kind of the general fundamentals, upgrading the Estus Blast, upgrading the weapon, just acquiring the equipment and stuff. The fundamental core that everything else is built around. Sure, sometimes the level design's questionable, or the enemies are questionable, or the bosses are questionable, but the kind of foundations are so strong that it kind of still works regardless. Oh, alright. Bosses. Oh. First one, Dragon Slayer Armor. I think this was, isn't it? I think this was okay, right? It was also, yeah, it also had the big butterfly thing throwing poop at us. I think that was just a fine, decent fight. There wasn't much to it. It was kind of a basic fight, but I think it's solid B, right? I guess we'll see. We can always swap them things around, but like, you know, just basic kind of slow melee attacks. The shield kind of came into play as well. I think it had a few big lightning ones. And then again, just a bit of poop raining in from the butterfly occasionally. Yeah, I think that's just fine in B tier. For now, anyway. We'll see. Next one was that Dancer of the Boreal Valley. This is a boss that I just didn't like, and I'm still not fully sure why. It was a little bit of a janky boss, which didn't help. Like, I remember that where the hand went through me, I was rolling, and then I clipped back into the hand. That was kind of a janky boss and really annoyed me. And just kind of the rhythm of the swords as well. I don't know if it's because they were kind of glowing or something. I just couldn't get into this boss at all. I just really didn't like it. I did like it, like aesthetically how ethereal it was really cool. The music as well, the kind of atmosphere. So they get some points for that, but it's definitely Agreed. Oh, thank you, Shocker. I appreciate it. I'm really glad people liked it. You know, I know I usually kind of have to do speedruns and stuff, but I'm pleased that people like some of the casual playthrough stuff as well. D tier or C tier? I really didn't enjoy the boss at all. I'll pop it in C tier just because of kind of like the style and design's kind of cool. Maybe I'll put it in D tier later, but let's C tier for now. That's actually really the first time you fight her. Oh, don't be the first time the difficulty doubles. Wait, really? Why is that? Is that an actual mechanic? Yeah, I think it's the jankiness kind of makes me want to put it in D tier. I'm gonna put it in D actually. I might change my mind. Okay, and then we've got the Lothric and Lorien, was it? The teleporting princes. This one's a strange one. Like I think it's not a bad fight. I kind of like most of it. It's just the bit that I don't like Hang on, should I have music for this, by the way? Oh, whatever, just me talking. Yeah, I didn't like the teleporting mechanic, to be honest, because it messed with the camera, and quite often he'd just teleport behind you and do an attack you can't see. And I really didn't like that. I didn't like running around after the arena after it. The kind of just dodging the swords and the kind of magic attacks and stuff I think were fine. See, I'll put it in B tier for now, I think. I think there's enough good about the fight that it outweighs the annoying teleport mechanic, I think. I think B tier. Maybe. The Cursed Rotted Greatwood. This is a fight that aesthetically I think is really cool. The idea of this like old ancient tree getting rotted from the inside by evil and becoming the evil tree. S tier for the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, we think. It's not a very good fight though. The first fight's just getting like ganked by all the other enemies in the room. Also, the first phase. The second phase is just like his arm comes out and attacks. It's hitting the weak point, I guess, but I think it's a D tier fight. Again, a bit like the dance. I think it's kind of cool aesthetically, but I did not enjoy the fight. I think it's D tier probably. Soul of Cinder. Ooh. I mean, this is the most recent one, so I guess it's the one that I can judge more freshly. I liked Phase 2 a lot more than Phase 1. Phase 2 was kind of like just being Gwyn was really cool. Phase 1 I couldn't fully get like some of the attacks. Like it often feels like I'd roll through one and still get caught by the follow-up before I can roll again. It has an impressive moveset though. Seeing the backflips and stuff, the music's really cool. Seeing like the magic and whatnot. I think it was a cool fight. I think it's at least like top of B tier. I'm thinking about what's coming next. Maybe just for balance, maybe even A tier. I think it was cool. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. Again, Phase 2 a lot more than Phase 1, but top of B tier or A tier. I think we'll pop it in A tier for now, just for balance. Maybe we can adjust it later. But I think that's not too bad. The Elderly Ancient Wyvern, so me but older. I know this is a gimmick boss that you're meant to run around and jump on its head. I didn't do that, because I actually found that so annoying. I actually found it less annoying just to nibble at his ankles until he died. Yeah, the old Wyvern. I think it's D tier. I don't know, maybe because the gimmick, I guess it's kind of harder to judge gimmick fights, I guess, but fighting it just on the ground was awful. I know it's hard to say because I didn't fight it the way you're meant to. You're meant to go around and do the gimmick, but I don't even think that gimmick's that interesting. I think it's kind of just a D tier fight. Considering how big and impressive it looks, it's like, no. I wasn't a big fan of that, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry, fellow Wyvern, but unfortunately, I think you've got to reside in D tier. The Nameless King. Ooh. Phase 2 is easy S tier. Phase 2 is absolute easy S tier. Like, it's not even close. It's easy S tier. Phase 1's not bad, but it being a big annoying dragon, it messes with the camera, and chasing after it's kind of annoying, but it's not the worst kind of dragon fight. Certainly not. Again, it doesn't agree with the camera very well, though. I'm tempted. I think because of Phase 1, I'm just going to put it in the very tippy top of A tier. I mean, Phase 2 is definitely S tier, though, but Phase 1 kind of keeps it. Like, the thing is, it's a lot better. I would say it's probably quite better than Soul of Cinder, though, so no, I think that's okay for now. I definitely think Phase 1 definitely makes it a bit worse enough to warrant putting it in A over S. But it's close. I'll think about that, I think. I will think about that some more. Okay, who's next? Oh, this is the wolf in the DLC, isn't it? The Grave Tender Wolf, and Yeah, it was the guy with like just a normal humanoid with like a shield and 3 wolf ads, and then this guy comes. Like, there's no synergy between them. Like, any gank fight just kind of sucks in general. I don't think it's E tier, is it? Like, is it worse than these? It's bottom of like D tier though. It's just a nothing fight. Like that whole DLC, the Ashes of Ariandel one, that whole DLC was kind of disappointing. The town area was kind of cool, but like everything else was just not very good. Yeah, I think that's kind of bottom of D tier. We're not off to a good start. A lot in D tier here. Yeah, I mean the wolf was kind of cool, but I think if the wolf was on its own, I might even like put it like C tier or something. I mean, it wasn't very good either, but no, I think it's definitely D tier. I think. Then we got Osiris the Consumed King. Well, he's got to go in like B tier because he says, "Ocelot, where are you, Ocelot?" No. It's okay. Let's actually genuinely think about this fight. It was quite another very fast-paced fight. It felt like he was very on top of you very quickly. Was this one of the fights that had like a couple of odd hitboxes? I can't recall now. I think dodging it though was okay. Like I think it was kind of cool. I like the way the boss actually talked to you, you know. Not many bosses talk to you in this game. So, and I don't know, I get kind of the whole Ocelot. I don't know, I kind of liked this fight a little. I don't know. Didn't like the run back though, that was kind of annoying, but I think B tier. I think not high B tier, I think it's low B tier, but I think it's okay for what it is. Just put them all in S tier like I want to. Hey Laxus, thank you for the free stream. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. Right. Next we have the Old Demon King. I quite like this fight. Kind of like the whole aesthetic of this, like, you know, this king on running out of his power, surrounded by all of the dead demons and stuff, and he's just holding on. Like, even like before he dies, he's just barely kind of clinging on to life and stuff. I think like the aesthetics of the fight was quite good. The gameplay of the fight was pretty good. That whole area was kind of good though, honestly. Oh, thank you for the GG Laxus. Yeah, we did just beat it. I think this is kind of is this a I was going to say hot take because it's the demons on fire, but I actually think that guy might be A tier. Putting it in the same class as Nameless King feels kind of wrong. I almost wonder if I need to move Nameless King up to S tier. It's just that phase 1 was just. No, I think I'm kind of happy with putting it in A. Oh god, yeah, okay, A tier. Let's say A tier for now. This is difficult. This is tricky though. Deacons of the Deep. I think that has to be E tier, doesn't it? It's just a bunch of the same NPC you've seen. I think like one unique NPC in there, and you just got to run around hitting the different one that has the soul or the red spirit, whatever it is. It's a complete nothing fight. Like, I think if that had been like a mini boss in the Cathedral of the Deep, because the Cathedral of the Deep was kind of a cool place. If that had been like the mini boss there, that maybe it wouldn't feel as bad, but it's the fact that that's the big boss of the whole area, you know, in this giant room with this big coffin and stuff, and it's just a bunch of NPCs you've already seen a bunch. I think that has to be E tier. It's not like difficult or anything. I didn't die to it, but it's just such a nothing fight. There's just nothing to it. Creepy, like the deacons are kind of creepy and stuff. I guess aesthetically they get points, but I think that's just a complete nothing fight. Vort of the Boreal Valley. Not too much to it. I think he's kind of cool. There's not much to him, but it's aesthetically cool. I kind of like Dancer, but I think for the place in the game it's like the second boss, isn't it? I think for the part of the game it is. I think it does its job pretty well, in all honesty. Maybe like that, yeah. I think it's a decent, solid early game boss for sure. The kind of ticks all the boxes there. I think, and plus I used his hammer the whole game, so I can't rate him lower than B tier for sure. Okay, so the twin demon princes. Where do these two? No, okay, no. Let's Sister Freed. Okay. How do I rate this one? It makes me feel very strong negative emotions. This was the most miserable boss in the game for me. I despised every second of it. I didn't enjoy any of it. There's so many like things I didn't like. I didn't like the invisibility gimmick at all. I didn't feel like I got any much better at understanding or dodging it. I think that's why I got so frustrated, because I think certain fights I liked. The fights that I like are the ones that feel more intuitive to learn. Sister Freed was like, God, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the backstep she did as well, which feels like it kind of punishes you for just attacking once. You'll finish an attack sequence, you'll go for one follow-up, and she'll just backstep away and then start another attack sequence. Yeah, it features everything I hate with these games. Breaks the camera. Phase 2 then becomes a gank fight, which is, I mean, no. No. And plus, the father guy, I mean, aesthetically it's all kind of cool, you know. Her with the Psy, father, Ariandel with the, you know, the big bowl of fire, even though the hitboxes on that, I think, were somewhat questionable, maybe, but for the Phase 2 was just a gank fight, which is horrible, and then Phase 3 was, like, seemed like a mess of just all sorts of mechanics, and it was a very fast-paced boss fight, very hard to keep track of what was even going on, the frostbite on the floor. The fact that all 3 phases were very different from each other, so it effectively just felt like 3 different back-to-back boss fights. Which I don't tend to like. I do tend to prefer it when phase 2, or whatever, in this case phase 3, kind of builds off each phase. Whereas this, it felt all like it was just completely different fights. I didn't really like much about this at all, and it was just a real miserable experience the whole time. I felt like this was one of the fights as well that the input storage of whatever it's called, where you'll press a button and it won't register until after you get hit. This is like this, and kind of all the faster paced fights, but this was the fight especially it really started happening. The amount of times I dodge, get hit, and then it would dodge after I get hit. It was an issue on a bunch of bosses, so I can't really criticize this boss for that issue, because it's just a mechanic of the game that kind of sucked. But yeah, I don't know how I rank this, because it's a mechanically complex fight. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of work put into it. The design of it's kind of cool. So I feel like I can't in all like seriousness put it here. As much as I hate this boss so much, I did not enjoy it at all. I think I've probably got to put it like here or something. I could put it in. I can't put it in. Oh god. I mean, it's better than that. Better than that. Better than that. Better than that. I'll put it like here maybe. For now. Yeah, I'll put Sister Freed and Father Ariandel there. There's just so much I did not like about that fight at all. I don't know. I'm sure people absolutely love that fight. I can imagine like people just clicking with that fight and loving everything about it. I just hated it. Oh god, I just. This was the Demon Prince thing, right? Okay, this is an interesting one. Because phase 1 was a gank fight that kind of sucked. I mean, as far as gank fights go, it was better. It was like up there as like one of the better gank fights, but it was still a gank fight and still kind of sucked. You know, like that's kind of the problem. It still kind of sucked. Because sometimes like it would just be a visual clutter mess of like one's blocking the other, but it's still attacking through it, and you can't see what attack it is, and you're getting hit. They kind of did have like some mechanic. I couldn't quite tell what it was going on, where they were kind of running out of energy, and one would recharge a second, and you could attack as the other one's coming in. But it seemed very inconsistent. It's just kind of random, and like it was random how close they were. There's a lot of inconsistency in the gank fights in general. The way they mess with the camera as well, because you can't see what one's doing, because what the other one's doing is difficult to see. I mean, some things were kind of made easier in that respect, in that like one of them had like a purple attack, and it would appear on the ground first, so you could actually see it clearly to get out of the way, even if you can't see the boss. So I kind of like that. They kind of did think about it a little bit of how to get around the issue that gank fights tend to have. Phase 2, however, depended entirely on which one you killed first. If there was one of them you killed first, it would do all these. Phase 2 would then do all these awful fireball moves that I just didn't get at all and felt awful. But if you killed the other one first, you'd actually end up with a really fun phase 2 to fight. Like phase 2 was actually really good if you killed them in a specific order, and I almost wish it was just its own boss, because it was quite good. C tier, you think? I'm actually thinking B tier. Because phase 2 is better than anything else in B tier. It's just that it's a bit like the Nameless King problem, is that phase 1 kind of ruins it a bit. But I think phase 2 kind of salvages it enough. I think it's here. I actually think it might be top of B tier at the moment, because, like, yeah, phase 1 sucks, but phase 2 is better than any of these other bosses. I might move Osiris down to C tier, actually. I don't know. I'm kind of might be overrating Osiris because Ocelot. We'll see. We'll see though. We'll just only because I've got nothing in C tier at the moment. Yeah, I think we'll put the Demon Prince at the top of B tier. Oh, is this the Half-Light Spear of the Church? I'll be honest. Another kind of nothing fight. I've heard it's like a PvP fight as well or something, I think. Well, I finished the Ring City today. I did an earlier, or during that CV4 stream. Oh yeah, I guess it was last night, Phoebe. Yeah, that same stream. Well, no, we didn't finish it. We finished it at the very start of this stream. That's right, yeah. But we did most of it at the last stream. Okay, yeah, it was kind of a nothing fight against it was like two different, it was like one NPC and then the next time it was a different NPC, but it just was nothing. Like a second NPC would get summoned, but it was just another nothing, not very good fight. Yeah, last night for you, nice. Yeah, I think that has to be E tier. There's not much to it, not very interesting. Like, yeah, whatever. I don't hate it, but it's just not. It's not good, no good. All right, next up we've got it's Slave Knight Gale. Well, that's not even. It's by far the best fight in the game. It's genuinely not even close. It is easily the best fight in the game. I would go so far as to say it's almost the best fight in the entire series of games I've played. So out of Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, I think Moog is slightly still ahead, but Gale is really close. It made everything else in the DLCs and everything worth it. It was very, very good. Like, it's probably the only fight in the game that I have like nothing bad to say about at all. Like I like every other fight I can think of, I didn't quite like this, or this wasn't that interesting. Like, Gale was just almost like a perfect fight, it felt, across the board. It felt really fun and intuitive to learn it took a while. It probably was one of the longer bosses in terms to beat it. But it was just so much fun. Every death was like, oh, okay, I see. Like, he has that follow-up, or he does this. And it felt such... Yeah, lock-on worked brilliantly. The camera was fine. The arena... I think if I was to have the tiniest of tiny complaints, it's at the start of the arena when it's kind of on an angle. Sometimes if you try and fight him there, his sword is in, like, the sand, and it kind of makes it harder to see the attack coming. But that's, like, the tiniest of tiny complaints. And it's not really a big thing anyway, because you kind of run down the hill regardless. But yeah, no, that was easily an absolutely incredible fight. I can understand why they called back to Artorias there, because that was basically Artorias, but considerably better. And Artorias was already great. But that, yeah, it's just the way that the attacks flow, the follow-ups, the aesthetics, just everything about that. Like, absolutely just the most enjoyable fight in the game by far. And I said... only probably Moog, I would say, might be more enjoyable overall, but even that's kind of close. I don't know. This fight, I think the thing was with Moog is that it also kind of gets points for having incredible music and the design and the setting, and being in the palace that you saw from the river earlier in the game. So it kind of gets some points for that. But in terms of gameplay and stuff, like, yeah, no, Gale was incredible. Yeah, not much more I can say about that. Just an absolutely amazing fight. Crystal Sage. Yeah, probably about there, D tier, if I'm being honest. This was just an annoying boss that just teleported around, and there was RNG of which one you were hitting when it multiplied. It was just annoying and not very fun to play. Just a not a very good boss, in my opinion. Did not like it at all. This was kind of getting to the point, because we just done the tree boss and then we did Crystal Sage. This was that point before the game got good again in the mid game. This was kind of that awkward point. I'm like, this is getting not very fun. But yeah, no, just not a very cool boss. Didn't really like it at all. Not much to it, but yeah, just not very fun. The blood drain move's kind of a downer. Wait, from Gale? The blood drain move, which one was this? Oh, Moog. Oh, yeah. That's the point for talking about Moog and Elden Ring. Yeah. The phase transition on that fight is really bad, and I can't really defend that. It's kind of cool aesthetically and stuff, but having force damage and you need like a special crystal tear in a random place somewhere that I can't really defend that. It's awful, and yeah, that's no good. I played this game offline. I had played it online. I had like obviously the messages and stuff, and occasionally we got invaded by people. That was probably the extent though of the online interaction stuff. Okay, so yeah, what do we right, okay. Who's this? Half-Life was an NPC fight. Well, the first fight, it almost looked like someone was called Solera. It was like Miriam or something, and I wasn't sure if that was an NPC or a player. And then I came very close, died to that person, and then if that was I don't know, maybe that was a player, I don't know. And then it feel like it played like an NPC. I don't know. Oh, it's okay. It's supposed to be a PvP invade fight. Okay, I guess it's a unique thing then. That's kind of cool, but the experience that I had, I still think it's E tier. Like, I didn't think Half-Light as an NPC was very good at all. Yeah, I feel like this is all going quite well. Getting a bit of variation here. The Abyss Watchers. I thought it was kind of cool. There was like the phase 1 where they were like fighting each other. Yeah, you hate that fight as well, Chakra. The Half-Light one. Abyss Watchers, I think the phase 1 was kind of cool, where they were kind of fighting each other. I didn't really know what was going on. And then phase 2, where it was like just a more powerful version of, one-on-one. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was fine. I think the thing is, I didn't maybe get to the full breadth of that fight because my weapon just really was powerful against it. Like, having a big weapon that staggers them just really ruins their day. So maybe didn't get the full breadth of that of the experience of that fight as I would have ever used like a light weapon. Inconsistent experience all around for Half-Light. Yeah, I can definitely buy that, depending on obviously if you get like a PvP opponent or something. I think Abyss Watchers has probably got to be B though, right? I think it was a solid. Cool. I mean, as far as the Lord of Cinders go, I think he was fine, generally. No real complaints about that. Oh, High Lord Wolnir. The kind of guy that was in was it the Abyss or something, when he had to hit the golden bracelets. I think aesthetically, I mean, it was kind of spooky, but it was kind of cool aesthetically, I guess. The idea that you have to break these bracelets that are, that keeping this guy, I guess, away from the Abyss or something. I think that's kind of cool. I don't think it's a particularly good fight. I mean, the ads that like spawned, I think, as well, and I think this is actually C tier. I think this is actually the definition of like a C tier fight, I think, for me. Like, not bad, but it's a little bit of another gimmick fight, isn't it? There's not much to it, but I think the aesthetics of it and the way, once you break the bracelets, he gets like pulled in. I think that's kind of a unique enough cool thing for me that I put it in C tier. Yeah, it's not great, is it? But I don't have overly negative feelings towards it or anything. I think C tier is okay for that. Pontiff Sullivan. Oh, excuse me. Tough one, this, isn't it? Think A tier. I think A tier is probably fair. Like, another fight that I nearly really liked but didn't quite like a part of it. Phase 1 was a lot of fun. This was the first kind of time I was like, oh, we're playing Elden Ring here, in the sense that it was a very hyper-aggressive boss with very quick attacks. But they felt kind of satisfying to dodge, I would say, and I did enjoy Phase 1 quite a bit. Phase 2, though, this is what I'm not as big of a fan of, is that he spawns like the clone of himself, which is kind of a cool concept, because like copying what moves it does, or he does or whatnot, but it kind of just turned it into a bit of a gank fight, and we all know my feelings on gank fights. So I didn't really like that, but I think overall it's still a strong enough fight to be A tier. I would say it's kind of cool. I think that's fair. Yeah. I might actually put it below Old Demon King, just because I think Old Demon King was kind of a solid fight throughout. It wasn't like it didn't reach maybe the highs of the Sullivan fight, didn't feel quite as amazing, but was just a solid fight overall, I think. Okay, I think that's fair. What are we doing? We're doing a Dark Souls 3 boss tier list now that we finished the game, GIC, and I hope you're doing well. And then I was going to say Gwendolyn then, but no, it's Aldrich, wasn't it? I guess possessed Gwendolyn or something. Aldrich, was it Saint of the Devouring Gods or something, whatever it was called. Think this is probably another C tier fight. I didn't think this was very good. There wasn't much to it, but it didn't feel very satisfying. It was just chasing it around the arena as it kind of, disappeared and reappeared, throwing magic at you. In the Ornstein and Smo arena as well, so that brings back horrible memories. But yeah, I didn't like this fight at all. I shouldn't say it didn't. It was okay, I think. It was all right. I think that's what I can say about it. It was an all right fight that I didn't have particularly strong feelings about either way. It was just kind of okay. Not overly interesting mechanically. Just it was there, I think it was capping off quite a good area as well in Anolondo again, that I didn't mind it. So yeah, I think C tier for that one is fair enough, I think. Dark Eater Medea. This is an interesting one. This is a case of if you know, you know, in the sense that, like, I played it initially when we were playing earlier, and I just didn't understand what was going on. I tried to attack it like I would any other dragon, and I was just getting utterly destroyed in seconds. I'm like, what's happening here? And then when I just was like reading Reddit afterwards, while I was eating dinner and stuff, and it said you've got to fight it from the front, and which is like very counterintuitive to how you fight like every other dragon in these games. I'm like, oh, okay. But then once you do that, it actually becomes a really good fight. Now, the issue is it's still got a kind of a big health pool. Well, that's kind of understandable for late game DLC. It does a lot of damage. The camera still struggles though. Like that's the thing with this dragon fight, and the most dragon fights in these games is that the camera just doesn't like it at all. Like even if you stand in front of it like that, like if he moves slightly forward, the camera will unlock from itself, and then if he starts doing like the rapid fire combo move, it's so hard to dodge because you can't really see anything. It's just yeah. It's how do I rate this one? Because I actually think once you kind of know that, you know how, like, oh, you need to fight it from the front. It actually becomes, I think it's actually very rewarding feeling fight. I think if I'd have tried fighting it without knowing that, and I would have kept going round to its legs and like stuff like that, I think it would have been a really very different experience, and I would have felt very different about this fight overall. But I think how it was, I actually really enjoyed it. I might actually put it there. Because I actually think it's actually a good fight throughout. Hey, thank you for the watch streak, Chakra, and Dima as well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the GG on DS3 Sekiro next, or I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised because when I first tried it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate this. It's another horrible, janky dragon boss with a bad camera. But I think even with the camera issues, I'm comparing it to all these other fights. It was more fun once I knew, Oh, okay. I need to fight it from the front. It was more fun than like any of these other fights. I think below it here. So I think I have to. I'm kind of surprised myself here, but I think I have to put it in A, just because. Oh, it does have issues, but the thing is, I think every fight other than Gale has issues in this game to me. Like Gale is the only one that felt like a completely solid fight entirely without reservations. So I think I'm gonna have to put Dark Eater and Medea in A. Yeah, I think that's a fair placement for him. Champion Gundyr. Right, this was the first guy, wasn't it? Tutorial boss. I think as a tutorial boss, it was actually really good. I mean, it's hard to remember exactly everything it did because we only fought it like once, but I guess it was very similar to the rematch one as well. But I think it was a very solid boss that introduced you to the pacing of Dark Souls 3 in a way, like how it was kind of the differences. Oh, Champion's the refight. I don't know which ones are which here because they both look the same. Oh, is that the refight one? Okay, so I guess this is the one we fought first. Okay. Whichever one we fought first was the tutorial boss. I think it was a really good tutorial boss. I really liked that fight. I think if it wasn't the tutorial boss, like, I think for the early game nature of it, I think it was perfect for its role. You know, is there an argument that it was maybe a little too much initially? I don't know. Like, I think if I'd never played a Dark Souls game before, that would have been like, what is going on? Maybe. I don't know, but I think as like an introduction to Dark Souls 3, I think it might be A tier. I think it's either very high B tier, maybe like top of B tier. Maybe A tier is maybe overselling it a little bit, but like top of B tier. Like I think it did its job very, very well. Yeah, I don't have any complaints with that really. For its positioning in the game, the way it kind of becomes this big demon in phase 2 as well. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so the refight one in the untended graves or whatnot. Oh, it's the first Dark Souls boss you fought. Really, true, false. Interesting, and it was a challenge. Yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, I can imagine so. Because he definitely is quite fast paced for a tutorial boss as well. Excuse me. Okay, so how do I rate the refight then? Because it's effectively the same fight except it doesn't have the demon form. I think maybe it's a little faster. It has a couple more attacks. Just like combo chains, maybe. I think I don't know. This one did kill us a few times actually compared to that one, but I think for later in the game, it's fine, but it's not as good as the first one in context, I guess. I don't know how to rate this one because it's almost the same fight, so I guess I should be rating it the same. I mean, I think it's B tier regardless. I guess I don't know if it's. I don't know if in context it's as good as some of the others. I'll just put them together, I think. I mean, they're effectively the same fight, aren't they? Just slightly different. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then we've got Yorm the Giant. It's another gimmick fight. Oh, for you champions, a better fight, the refight one. Yeah, there's a little more to it, isn't there? I don't know. I think I'll keep them about the same. I don't think I can put them in A tier. I think B tier. I think just top of B tier for them is solid for now. Yeah, I think I kind of look how it's looking quite balanced as well. Maybe C tier is looking a little light. But anyway, yeah, Yorm the Giant. Hey Varouche, by the way, hope you're doing well. Yorm was a gimmick fight, and I didn't like using the sword. It felt so slow, and it just wasn't very fun. Like I actually wonder if he was a boss you fought with like out using the sword. I guess I did very little damage when I tried though, but I feel like without using the sword, it would be like a C tier fight. Like I did kind of mess around the first attempt because I didn't want to try and equip the sword. I did try, and we lasted quite a long time, but I think mechanically it was okay, but it would be like a C tier fight, I think. Yeah, Gale's in S. Very, very, very good boss fight. I think we've been considering using the sword and stuff made it kind of bad. Maybe like here. D tier. I did not think this was very good. About using the sword, it's F tier, you think so? You agree with the Gale and S Farouche? Yeah, I think not only is he's the only fight in the game that I think is just almost, if not completely perfect from start to finish. Like, I think he's the best fight in the game and almost the best fight in any game I've played from FromSoft. Probably slightly second to Moog. Maybe better, I don't know. I mean, it was an incredibly good fight. Very, very well made. Yeah, I think, okay, anything jumping out at me as being incorrect, well, I say incorrect, it's in this completely subjective tier list of how much I did or didn't enjoy them. Any order? I mean, Gale's S, that's fine. Nameless King, do we want to move Nameless to S? No, I think Phase 1 kind of ruins a little bit, and it, like, Gale's just on another level. It's in a tier of its own. I think leaving him alone in S is fine. Yeah, Medea, I'm fine. I'm happy with Medea there. Soul of Cinder. Yeah, I think this is looking fine. Soul of Cinder. So we got Gale, Nameless King, Medea, Soul of Cinder, Old Demon King, Pontiff, the Gundyrs, Demon Prince, Dragonslayer Armor, Abyss Watchers, Lorien, Vort, Osiris, Aldrich, Walnir, Dancer, Freed, Tree Thing, Crystal Sage, Yorm, Wyvern, Grave Tender, Half-Light Deacons. I think that feels fairly okay. Hey there, Lifebloom TV. Is that Medea over Gale? To be honest, Gale just has tons of HP. Boring. You found it quite boring. The thing is, I didn't notice that he liked the HP and stuff on Gale as much, or because I just found it so enjoyable learning the fight. I just found it was the constant action and the back and forth. I really enjoyed it. I felt that Medea probably was more of a health sponge than Gale was. Like, Medea definitely felt like he had tons of health, and I wasn't able to get as many hits in as I could on Gale. The fight's more epic. The music was really good as well. I didn't notice the Gale music as much. I'd have to listen to it to get again to maybe tell. But the Medea music I definitely did take note of being quite epic. And yeah, the scale of the fight was quite cool as well, even though that did kind of break the camera. I think that was my big issue with the fight, is that it was kind of unintuitive to fight it from the front. And if I hadn't have like spotted that when I was reading Reddit eating dinner, and if I tried to continue fighting it like it was a regular dragon, I would have. I can guarantee I would have probably ended up putting it down here, or something. I think it's. But the fact that I was like, oh, okay, you have to fight it from the front, made it so much more enjoyable. And the only other issue is that the camera still doesn't really like bosses like this. If the camera lock just randomly breaks off if he gets slightly too close, and then he starts doing one of the rapid fire attacks and you can't see what's coming, it's a bit suspect. But I definitely had a great feeling of satisfaction fighting it. It was definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm much bigger fan of Medea. That was the boss that my opinion changed the most on, from starting fighting it to ending fighting it. Like, initially I was like, oh, I do not like this, to, oh, I actually really like this. Whereas most of the other bosses, like, my opinion that I had from the start pretty much stayed the same throughout. Ancient Wyvern. Agent Wyvern over the Ancient Wyvern. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to fully judge that one because I literally ignored the gimmick, because trying to run round was actually so annoying and I kept dying to the other enemies. So I literally just, like, killed its ankles until it died. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that tier list though. Nothing is jumping out at me here as being something I'm unhappy with. I mean, part of me wanted to put Osiris back in B tier because Ocelot. Oh, I actually almost do, to be honest. But then again, C tier would be kind of looking kind of empty. No, I think that's probably fair. I think that's probably a decent ranking. Oh, I kind of do. I'm gonna put Osiris. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna put Osiris like the bottom of B tier. I don't know. Just kind of the monologuing and the ocelot. Oh, you just joined. You missed the explanation. That's fair. Oh, what's Old Demon King doing up in A? I just enjoyed the fight. I kind of enjoyed that whole area, to be honest. That was probably one of my favourite areas in the game. I don't know, just something about just the mechanics felt fun. The kind of the setting of like this old king, you know, struggling to cling on as all of pretty much every other demon is just completely dead around him. I don't know. I enjoyed that fight. I remember kind of finishing and thinking, oh, that was fun. Yeah, like, Gale's the only one that I kind of felt was very good from start to finish. Like, just, I had no complaints whatsoever. Every other fight kind of has something that I'm like, eh. I mean, Old Demon King I thought was kind of a fine fight throughout, but maybe it was just a little too straightforward. Like, Nameless King would be S tier if it wasn't for Phase 1. But yeah, I think everything else is looking fairly. I'm trying to think which ones might be what's the hottest take on here, do we think? I don't know what general opinions are across the board. I imagine Freed in D tier is probably gonna I imagine that's probably a hot take. I have a feeling a lot of people probably would very much like that fight. I just absolutely hated it. Oh, okay. Freed is where she belongs, yeah. I hate that fight so much. Like, in terms of like a boss that, if I was doing this purely by the strong emotional negative reaction I felt, like Freed would be here, to be honest. But I can't realistically put her below like these. Oh, you despise that fight yourself, yeah. I think I meant consistency and experience in the fight. Highs weren't as highs, but there were very few lows for Old Demon King. Yeah, that's kind of exactly how I feel. Is that it wasn't mechanically as interesting as like these four, but it wasn't bad either. It was just solid, very solid and fun, and I liked it, which was more than most of these bosses. Frida's S for you personally? Yeah, I can imagine that if someone really vibes with that fight, it's incredible. It's everything I hate with certain Dark Souls boss design. You scream when you saw Freed and D, to be honest, Jacob, you liked the fight a lot. Yeah, I get that. What I didn't like, the invisibility gimmick wasn't fun for me at all. I didn't understand. Initially, I didn't even understand how to tell remotely what direction she was going in. And even when I did, I was looking directly at where she was. I tried rolling, but she just suddenly appeared right next to me and instantly grabbed me. And it's like, this is where like I enjoyed a fight like Gale a lot more, because when I died to Gale, I was like, oh, right, okay, I see, I understand that. I'm going to dodge this next time, and maybe he'll do this follow-up, and I see this, don't do this. And it felt really fun and intuitive to learn. Whereas this, I was like, well, I died to that attack, and I'm like, well, I died to that again, and then I died to, and I just didn't understand, like, I made no progress learning with it. I think, like, and that's kind of where certain fights frustrate me more, is if when I die and I lose, I have no earthly idea what it is I did wrong, or what particular part of that needs improvement. And that's where certain fights, like Nameless King as well, was the same. If I died to him, I'm like, oh, right, okay, do this, I understand. Like, it just feels a very intuitive fight. And also, just like I said, I hate the three phases. I hate all the fact that the three phases are very different from each other. Hate that phase 2 is a gank fight. I think, honestly, if it was just phase 1 and phase 3, maybe I would have had a slightly better time. Having phase 2 just this random, annoying, kind of janky gank fight in the middle of the boss, where, like, Father Ariandel has odd hitboxes. You've got random frostbite AoE everywhere. That was something as well. And then Freed random, like, would either, to stop you punishing her, would either often do, like, a frostbite AoE when she, like, lands after an attack, or she'll do a backstep and just, basically, you can't punish. Like, she'll do a combo string, okay, you go for a light attack, she just backsteps and then starts another combo string. And so many things that I didn't like. I'm getting annoyed again! Love Demon Prince too. Yeah, Demon Prince, I think, Phase 2 was very... Like, Phase 2 is A tier. Phase 2, if you kill a specific one first, if you kill the... I can't remember which one was called which, but if you kill the one that kind of leads to a more melee fight for Phase 2, like, Phase 2 alone is probably, like, here. Like, it's the easy A tier. But there's one... If you kill them in the other order and you have to deal with, like, the fireball one, I didn't like that at all. And then Phase 1 being a gank fight kind of sucked. I don't think any of these games have ever done a good gank fight. This was, as the gank fights go, this was one of the better ones, but they all suck, so it's not a high bar to clear. It's just that Phase 2 was good enough, I think, to be high B tier. I think it was good enough alone to carry it up, despite the fact, like, Phase 1 was, like, C tier or something, and then, yeah. Yeah, if you, I can't remember which one, because it's like Demon in Pain and Demon from Below, isn't it? Whichever one you kill first, if you kill like the magic one first and the melee one second, Phase 2 will be the more melee focused. If you kill it the other way around, it'll be more magic fireball focused. You kill 5 times and never notice pain is poison, you think? Yeah, possibly. Dancer is S tier hands down. Yeah, that's probably the other hot take. I can see people liking Dancer as well. I think that Dancer for me, I just couldn't vibe with it. I don't know why, because it's somewhat of a similar fight to Pontiff Sullivan, but I just for some reason just really didn't like the Dancer fight. I think it was also, it didn't help, it was kind of janky. Like, there was that clip the other day where I literally slowed it down and saw where I rolled through her grab hand. I was like here, like in the middle of a roll. Her hand was here, and then it was like whoop, teleport into her hand and get grabbed. And I'm like, Dark Souls jank, we're back in business. Oh my goodness. The Dancer only vibes if you kill her early, really. It just that way to... I think True False might have answered this before when I asked it, but I can't remember now, my apologies. If you fight Dancer earlier in the game, does she have like less HP and stuff? If you do it when you get pulled to her after killing the 3 main bosses, it's kind of boring at that point. Oh, okay. I see, okay. Oh no, the same stats as normal. Oh damn, right. So fighting her early in the game is probably a nightmare then. I don't know, some of the attacks felt very quick startups. That's something I tend to struggle with as well. Like, I tend to prefer when attacks kind of have a moment of going, oh, okay. And then like a bit of a slightly longer telegraph. Doesn't have to be much, but there were some fights that were like, okay, instant attack out of nowhere. And I just felt like I just couldn't react to it. And I prefer fights when it feels like I made a bad strategic decision, so to speak. I'm like, oh, okay, correct that next time. Whereas when it's just something I just feel like I can't physically react to quick enough. It's like, it always goes back to the Margit Kane. I actually really like Margit in Elden Ring, but that one Kane movie had that is just an instant swing up that has like no build up or start up. It's like, oh, for God's sake. So attacks like that kind of, it can be okay, but if there's a lot of them constantly, it's kind of not as fun for me. And it also, when they're so quick startup, it's hard to differentiate them and learn the fight, and then it kind of makes learning the fight kind of more frustrating as well. But yeah, I think we're good there. Yeah, so anyway, overall, Dark Souls 3, very... Sorry, I'm just sat here rambling, I apologise. This used to be a video gaming stream. Yeah, overall though, that was a fun playthrough. It was good overall. It definitely had its very low points. I definitely feel like a bit like Dark Souls 1. A bit like Dark Souls 1. The end game is kind of a bit worse than the mid game was the best. I know the game was pretty good as well. Mid game was kind of like the best, and then it kind of got a bit worse and worse, and I really didn't enjoy a lot of end game. I mean, Gale made up for it at the end by being excellent. Nameless King was excellent. Medea was pretty good. So like very end game was kind of good again, but like there was a lot kind of the bit before that not so good. Anyway, have I rated the Elden Ring bosses? I never did an Elden Ring boss tier list. I could do that. I feel like I'm just going to bore people to tears though by doing that, because there's a lot of Elden Ring bosses. It's been a while as well, so it's probably harder to think back a little. But to be fair, I did do 2 playthroughs of Elden Ring, so maybe that'd be easier to judge. 156 boss tier list. Oh god. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of copy pasting in Elden Ring, so it might be a bit easier. I can do it if people want me to, but I have a feeling that might get a bit boring. Have to individually rate each boss that was repeated. Nothing boring about that. We can do that if we want. I mean, I've got nothing else to really start playing. I wasn't expecting to finish the game that quickly. I thought we beat Medea on the first try in the stream. So I was expecting, like, I did a bit of like practice before dinner, but I was expecting that fight to take a lot longer. But so yeah, once we beat that, Soul of Cinder then took a little while. But yeah, good stuff. Okay, let me see if I can find an Elden Ring boss tier list then that doesn't have all of the repeats. I'm gonna save this as well. Save image as PS3 boss tier list. Okay, I'm happy with that. Alright, Elden Ring. There's still 3 games left, right? You don't want the Souls journey to end. Okay, so the ones I haven't played are Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. I'll be honest, Bloodborne, I don't have it, like, and Sekiro as well. I don't really have any interest in the setting. The settings, like, the gothic sort of setting, Victorian steampunk, whatever it is, stuff for Bloodborne doesn't interest me. Sekiro, just kind of like historical setting. I mean, the gameplay of Sekiro kind of seemed interesting, but I don't really feel much interest in playing that. Demon Souls as well, sorry, I forgot about that one. Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2, I'm not too eager to play because of what I've heard about, like, boss runbacks and just kind of the mechanics in general, and like losing health in Demon Souls by dying, or getting hit on like fog gates in Dark Souls 2. Like, if I'm gonna play any of them, it'll probably be Dark Souls 2, but I'm not certain on that one. Not entirely. Okay, not entirely sure. Okay, let me look for an Elden Ring one here. Not all Soulsborne bosses. Not just the main bosses. I think we kind of want a bit more than just the main bosses. Elden Ring bosses as college dorm roommates. What sort of tier list is that? There were several things that were improved upon from Demon Souls. Oh, you mean like in the PS5 remake? Or are we talking Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2? Almost all Elden Ring bosses. Okay. Oh, good God. Okay, that's quite a few. Right. So we'll do it the same. Hang on, let me rearrange these tiers here so it's the same as the other ones. Delete row. S, A, B, C, D, E. Right, it was E, wasn't it? Okay. From later entries in the series. Oh yeah. That's kind of my worry. Like, going back to Dark Souls was already like kind of a struggle that I wasn't a big fan of. Going back even further again might be pain. Right. Let's see. It's going to be okay. I'm guessing this has probably almost everything. This is going to be a case of how much do I remember, I think. I'm just going to go and get some water very quickly because all this talk, I don't usually talk this much constantly. I'm so sorry having to listen to me for this long, but it's made my throat quite dry. So I'm just going to get some more water. I shall be right back in just a moment, and then we'll do an Elden Ring one. Why not? Let's complete the trifecta. Hello! Okay. This is all figured out. Bloodborne next. Oh god. Which scene was this again? Oh god, you can't even see the whole thing. Alright, you won't be able to see all the ones down here, but that's okay. Alright, so bear with me here, because I did do 2 playthroughs of Elden Ring, but a lot of bosses I may have only seen like the once, or we're talking like several months ago. This was like what, like mid last year sometime, or maybe even earlier that I played for Elden Ring. So my memory on some of these, because there's a lot, my memory on some of these might be a bit hazy, so bear with me. I might need some reminders as well about what the half of them do. Okay, so what is that first one? Oh, this is going to be fun as well. Remember, is that the Black Knife Assassin? I think it is, isn't it? That might be. Is that Electo, the ringleader? Maybe. I think it might be. Yeah. I think this was kind of cool. I think they were kind of cool. They were kind of annoying going invisible and getting the backstabs though. God, I'm trying to. I don't have any like sort of standards in my mind here, but so like which one would be B, which is C. So I'm not sure where to put this one to start. A lot of these might get moved around here. I think it's fine, right? It's B or C. It's definitely obviously no higher than that, but I think it's kind of cool. Maybe B. I think it has that mini Malekith AoE attack as well, except less terrifying. It's probably not complex enough to be B tier. We'll see. It's either C or B tier. We'll see where I put some of the other ones. So this one is, I think, Lanciax, right? The Ancient Dragon. I don't remember much about. I don't remember much about this other than it being another kind of annoying dragon fight with camera issues and lightning everywhere. Like, I don't really have any strong opinions on this fight other than it's slightly annoying. I think just because, like, if it's a mediocre dragon fight, I think it's probably got to be in, like, C as well. Right? I would think. Again, like, this is just a boss that there's not many memories of this other than it being somewhat annoying. I guess, like, visually it's kind of cool, though. Like, the kind of the design of it and whatnot is kind of cool. The lightning and stuff everywhere. Yeah, but I think C for now. We'll see kind of what ends up where and how move it around. Oh, this is the ancient hero of Zama. I mean, this became a regular enemy, didn't it? I don't think this was that interesting of a fight that I remember. I think it was kind of basic and boring. Because again, it was effectively just a regular enemy later. Maybe C tier as well, honestly. I don't think D tier is maybe fair, but I don't think that's even B tier, to be honest. Okay, we got the 2 Estelles. Now, I don't even remember if I fought, because there's one inside a mine, isn't there? And then there's one for the end of Rani's quest. I'm not actually even sure if I fought the one in the mine. Maybe I did and I can't remember. I mean, they're the same fight anyway. I guess it's just a different arena. I guess I won't put both on. I'll put the which is the Rani one, maybe the second one. Estelle was kind of a really cool. Oh, I did. Okay, I did fight it. All right. Yeah, better save space for the low tiers. I think this was very visually. It was kind of a cool fight. I think it was sometimes a little hard to know where to hit it and like what its hitboxes were. It had some really cool attacks though, like the one where kind of summon the meteors, although they were kind of a little annoying to dodge. The one where it like grabs you and does this cool space magic thing. The tail attack was kind of cool, although kind of sometimes annoying if coming out of nowhere, depending on where you were standing. I think it's a solid B tier fight, right? I'll just put them both together. I don't think it's not A tier, but I think it's better. I think it's better than C tier mechanically and also like aesthetically. I think it's just a solid B tier fight. You're gonna need it. It's gonna be interesting how all these are gonna be spread out. But yeah, I think solid B tier for Estelle. I think a really visually very unique enemy. And the lore behind it as well is kind of cool. I think it gets bonus points for kind of the lore of like the evolution from like the falling star beast, how it evolves into like Estelle and stuff. Like that's kind of cool. I think B tier first though. Then we've got what am I looking at? I was gonna say that's Beast Clergyman, but I don't know. What the heck is that? Is that going to be separate from... No, because I see Malekith down there. I'm not going to treat Malekith and Beast Clergyman as separate, but I don't know what that is. I'll skip that one for now, because I'm not sure if that is Beast Clergyman. I'll just pop that down there. Maybe I'm misremembering what that is. Okay, we got the... Is this the Blackblade Kindred, right? I think. I think they were kind of whatever fights again. I think this is like another C tier, where like there's not much to it. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of forgettable. Well, not forgettable, but it's not that interesting. It's solid. It's all right. The thing is, if this was a Dark Souls 3 boss, it probably would have been B tier, just relative to everything else in like Dark Souls 3. But I think for Elden Ring, I think just kind of a C tier. It's not. I don't think it's that interesting. I think it's all right. You know, it fills space in a game as big as Elden Ring. I think. Yeah. Okay, that's okay. The Bloodhound Knight. I thought these things were kind of cool. Again, it's a bit too basic, I think, to even be B tier. I think it's probably also like C tier. Oh my god, C tier is going to be massive, isn't it? This could be a problem. But there's a lot of bosses that I kind of feel that way about, that are just all right, but not complex enough to be more than that. But to be fair, that's also partly because a lot of them were like regular enemies or used as regular enemies. Well, maybe not regular, but like you would see them out in the world in non-boss situations. So yeah, it's kind of cool. The kind of the its fighting style, but it's hard to say much about it because there wasn't much to it that I remember anyway. I think it was just a kind of a cool. Did it have the Bloodhound step? Like I think it actually had that as an ability, didn't it? If it did, that's even kind of cooler. I think it probably did. I don't recall that, but I think that was alright. C tier. Then we have, what the heck is this? I'm guessing this is just generic field dragon enemy. I guess. I'm guessing this is what this represents. Is that harsh? I'll be honest, I just kind of think the maybe that's a little harsh. I think that's a little harsh. I think the dragon enemies in the game in general, it was maybe okay once. I think then again, do I really judge it based on how often it was repeated? I think that's maybe a little harsh. Yeah, it just was kind of boring, and again had massive camera issues. Like worse than like Medea, for example. And Medea also had massive camera issues, but like I just think they were kind of boring, especially after a while. There wasn't that much to them. They often kind of had quite a lot of health, and they just really suffered with regards to the camera, making it difficult to see certain attacks. Yeah, I was not really impressed with the dragons in general in Elden Ring. I think C. C tier is getting a bit big. Maybe it might even move down to D, but like, is it really any worse than some of these others in C tier? Probably not. Maybe a lot of these need to... The thing is, a lot of these D tier feels too harsh, but they're definitely not B tier. Oh, God. I'm taking this too seriously. It's too difficult. Okay, we got the cat grave wardens. These things were like really kind of creepy, how almost robotic their movements were and stuff. I'd be honest, I didn't like these. I'm going to put these in D. I didn't like these things. I just found them annoying. I just the way their movements were, the way they behave. I didn't like them. I'm not even sure I have like good logical reasons why I didn't like them. I just felt that the kind of the very quick slamming of the stick repeatedly, constantly, the kind of slam move was kind of boring. They weren't that cool aesthetically. Every time I saw one of these, I was like, oh, it's this thing. This is kind of rubbish. Instant E tier. I mean, depending on what else is on this list, maybe. I think it's all right and good enough to be in D, though. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good. It's kind of bad. Yeah, just not very. Especially, I think there was one fight where there was like 2 of them at once as well, which was kind of rubbish. They are a bit creepy. Maybe it gets a few style points for that. Maybe that'll keep it out of E tier then. Oh, these other cemetery shades, I think they're called, aren't they? I think these were kind of rubbish as well, to be honest. I think it had like one kind of cool attack where it would like grab you with its face or something. I don't remember having any positive memories of this thing. My gut emotional instinct says D tier, and like that may be a bit harsh because I don't remember them that well. I just remember all I feel is a negative emotion when I see it, which I think is probably because it grabbed me once and killed me. That's why I'm rating it. No, I think it's kind of interesting. I think it teleported, didn't it? It like dissipated and then would like reappear somewhere else. I mean, that's kind of cool. I feel like it just annoyed me though. I think D tier for that as well. I'm not a big fan of that. Unless anyone else remembers anything about it that was good. I don't remember much positive about it. Generally. Okay, Commander Niall. Wait, was this Niall? There was 2, wasn't it? It was Commander. I've forgotten what the other one was called. I think this one is Niall though. This is the one. Oh, do you disagree, Vrush, with the cemetery shade one? Commander Niall. Yeah, because this is the one that's. Oh no, you hate it too. This was the one that's in the ice place in Mountaintop of the Giants. Was it? I always get Mountaintop of the Giants and Consecrated Snowfields mixed up. But no, this is definitely Mountaintop, I think, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't Snowfields. The one in the swamp is probably. I wonder actually because it's a repeat boss. I wonder if it's not actually on the list because they are slightly different though. They're not quite the same boss. Because I would say Niall is more mechanics to it than the swamp one. I can't see the swamp one though, so maybe it's just acting as both. But I'm going to treat it as Niall since that's the better one of the 2 anyway. Yeah, the 3v1, that kind of sucks. It being a gank fight at the start sucks. I actually think one-on-one though, he's actually a really cool boss. I actually really kind of like him one-on-one. Like the kind of the leg lightning move, the storm move, the ice and stuff. I actually really like him. Probably more than a lot of people do actually. I know he kind of gets a bad reputation. I think because the summons do suck. It being again, gank fights suck in these games. I feel like if you use your own spirit ashes or something though to try and even the odds and then get rid of the 2 shades, he's actually kind of a fun one-on-one fight. B, yeah, I think B as well. I think that's the right call. Plus if it is including the one in the swamp as well, that one I have fond memories of like finding ways to cheese, which isn't good as a boss, I guess, but I think it's always kind of fun if you feel like you've got one over on a game sometimes. And I don't know, I like that. Commander Meow. It's not that bad because there is strategy to it. Yeah, I like that fight. I don't know. I kind of have somewhat fond memories of that. I like that one. I think True False spot on there, like B minus. Who's this? Oh no, this is the other one. Okay, so this is separate one. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Again, he's not too. I'm gonna put him like top of C tier. Again, not quite as cool as Niall. I don't think had a kind of more limited moveset. But again, I have fond memories of choosing it. I think it's still got enough moves to still be interesting, at least compared to a lot of the ones in C tier here. And plus, I have again fond memories of it. So I think top of C tier for that one. Okay. No surprises if anyone remembers my playthrough for where this next one's going. Crucible Knight S tier. At least the Sword and Shield one, definitely S tier. I think it was one of the most, like, when I first fought it, it was the most fun I'd ever had against a boss in a video game. The way it flowed, the way it was so intuitive to learn but really rewarding, the cool attacks it had, the kind of stomp, the sword like roll along the ground into the swing, the kind of angel wings dive attack. It just a really cool. Oh, the dragon tail as well. Just a really cool, fun boss overall. Just an early game puzzle. Yeah, I think we fought it quite early in the game as well from the Ever Jail. I just loved that fight. I kind of felt a bit diminished that it became a quote unquote regular enemy later, where we saw more of it, which kind of diminished it a little bit. But it's still a great fight. I absolutely love it. How to avoid the tail combo? Yeah, I think you kind of have to sort of know it's coming in a way. Like I think he only, if I remember rightly, he only follows it up after certain moves, and you kind of know, and then you just roll through the tail. I think I had an issue with the tail initially when I didn't know which moves it was following up from. I think once I relearned that, it was okay though. Yeah, you're not forced to do it exactly, Dima. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, jumping was a mechanic in Elden Ring that I never really thought about at all in bosses until I watched like people play the game after I'd beaten it. Like once I was watching Let's Plays or challenge videos and saw how much people were using the jump against certain bosses, I was like, oh, I didn't even realize this was a thing, because I'd been like, it's only ever watching like Dark Souls playthroughs before. Like jumping wasn't a thing much other than, not in bosses anyway. So it was kind of I did not think of this. But yeah, Crucible Knight was excellent. Loved that fight. Easy S tier. At the time, it was my favourite fight in the game when I played it, or ever boss I'd ever done. But it was surpassed eventually. The other Crucible Knight, I don't remember liking quite as much. The thing is, I guess this is called, was it Cordova? This was in what's the place called? Where Godwin is buried. Beneath the tree place. I can't remember now. I feel like the spear one I didn't like as much, but I think by that point in the game, I don't think it was a long fight, and I didn't learn it to the same extent. I think this was still B tier though. I think it was still fine. I think it still had a lot of the same mechanics, but just wasn't quite as good as the Sword and Shield one, I think. Again, I don't remember it all that well. I remember it had its spear turned into a big drill, which was kind of fun. But that one just to me kind of felt like more like just a solid B tier fight, whereas the Sword and Shield one, at least at the point of the game that I fought it, felt like a really amazing fight. So I think B for now. I think nothing in A tier yet though. I've got to make sure these don't get too like top heavy with one in one tier. The Crystallians. I don't like these at all. I mean, they're a gimmick in the sense that you kind of break through their defenses and then they take tons of damage, but I just feel like they kind of look strange. I didn't really like the move sets. The animations were kind of boring. Just the way you get the spear and it would go stab, 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 and like especially like the multi-boss fights with them. I just never liked these at any point. I felt they were really kind of boring and horrible. Not overly difficult, but like just not very good. I don't think I can put them in E tier because I didn't hate them, but they're just kind of rubbish, Wondrums 2 I'm saving E tier for. Yeah, I have a couple of ideas. I definitely do have a couple of ideas there. Oh, this is okay. Now the next two I kind of get confused because I don't remember them very well, because one of them is the Deathright bird, and then I don't know what the difference between them was name wise. There's the one on the right that was like in the mountaintop or something was more complicated. The one on the left was less so. I don't remember fighting these very much. Maybe I must have fought them like once, I think. I really don't remember them very well, so it's hard for me to comment on these two. I think this one was maybe like a C tier fight. This is like, I really don't remember. And then I think this one was maybe B tier. I think this, is it fair to put it in B tier when I don't really remember? But I think it had some cool attacks. Like it was, I think it had like, did it summon like something from its wings, or did an attack from its wings? I think. I probably shouldn't put it in B tier when I don't even remember it. Yeah, maybe just C tier. It's cool aesthetically though. I think the lore behind them was kind of interesting if I remember rightly. Yeah, I can't. There's not much I can comment on them because I just really don't remember them that well. I think I only fought it once across 2 playthroughs, and I think even then it was like I went back to it like when I was like very high level and probably bulldozed it. I don't remember it all that well, so I can't. It's hard to judge that one fairly. Oh, this is the rotting dragon, isn't it? Yeah, no. Oh God, no. I guess slightly more. Well, is it actually even worse because it's got Scarlet Rot? I hate Scarlet Rot. Yeah, just another kind of mediocre dragon fight. I don't like these. They were good. It was like if it was one, fine, but they just all kind of sucked. I would put them in D tier, but I think that's being a bit too harsh on them. They're okay, you know, they're okay, these dragon fights, but the camera doesn't really work well with them. They're not that interesting. They're kind of boring. Yeah, I think just low C tier again for that one. You have one boss for me in E tier. Oh yeah, I know exactly which one. True or false? I know exactly which one you mean. Who's this? Now is this the this is the Draconic Tree Sentinel. I think this is another B tier boss. I think. I think that's another solid B tier boss. Like they were guarding the city. I kind of liked its moves generally. Some of the lightning attack, the timing and the hitboxes on the lightning moves kind of caught me off a lot. But I think it was kind of cool. It was a nice upgrade on the regular Tree Sentinel. I think it's just a solid B tier boss. The Fire Giant duo in the DLC, Dima, don't even wish that evil upon the world. Yeah, I like the Draconic Sentinel too, Rouge. God, Fire Giant too. I feel nauseous. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, not too much like the fireball from the horse, like dodging that and then dodging around its different attacks. I remember it annoyed me before Malekith though. I didn't like having to fight that one again. Yeah, the lightning attacks kind of annoyed me, the hitboxes on them, but I think it was a decent fight overall. I think it wasn't one I loved, but solid. I think. What's this? Oh, is this the? Oh, this is the Dragonkin soldier. I'd be honest, I didn't really like this. I don't even know how to put it. Again, this feels like another kind of, it's not great, but it's acceptable fight. You know, like I don't remember even doing that much. In all honesty, like I could just be misremembering, but I don't remember it doing all that much interesting. It was just kind of there, and he dodged a few of its melee attacks. I think maybe it did like a crawl forward move, or maybe that was the magma worm. Yeah, it was just one of those bosses that was in the game a few times that was there, and that was about it. Like there wasn't much interesting to it. It was just kind of there. You know, just is what it is. Maybe that's even too high for it, to be honest. Maybe like there. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Actually, to be fair, I think that one's probably like here. Electo, give Electo a little bit higher than that. Okay. Yeah, not much else to say on the Dragonkin soldier. It was just kind of, I guess, kind of cool aesthetically. I guess get some bonus points there, I suppose. Ooh, Dragon Lord Placidusax. Probably the best dragon fight in any of the games. That's going in A tier. I don't think I liked it enough for S tier, but I did think it was like it had like the coolest attack when it like did the diving attack and and then it had the kind of like magical nuke with the cool sound effects and stuff, and the way it would like disappear into smoke and then do the claw attack. I actually think as a dragon boss as well, it generally did okay with the camera. I felt for that boss as well, which is something the dragon, like pretty much every dragon boss struggles with massively, is the camera. I felt that Placidu's axe, because of the teleporting, keeping it kind of visible what he was doing and whatnot, I felt that it worked very well. The arena was nice as well. It was a nice arena for it. The best laser attack. Yeah, that laser attack was a problem if you're in front of it. I think you could like run off to the side, or certainly if you get to like kind of round to the side, it kind of just misses you. A bit like Medea's laser attack, actually. You can kind of sort of avoid it, but yeah, the run backs sucked. I'm not going to judge the bosses by the run backs, because I'll be honest, I don't remember most of them. But yeah, the run back was pointless, like utterly pointless. I don't know why that existed. Yeah, I part of me doesn't think they've forgotten. It was just either like, oh, let's make them do a run back, or quote unquote lore reasons, perhaps. Because there wasn't a Steak America in that whole place. It's kind of like how there's no steak before Renala, because obviously, I guess you wouldn't want the image of someone who your husband ran off with, you know, in your house. It's probably not good. So they could have just put a side of grace, though. To me, that's still not a good excuse. But that lore, I guess. Ugh. Right. Yeah, Placidu's axe is fun. The one that always sticks with me is the smoke into the red claw attack. I really like that. I just think it was a really kind of cool, unique dragon boss that I think was probably the best dragon boss that they've ever done. Yeah, definitely A tier for the good old Dragon Lord. The Crucible Knight duo. I'm not sure I fought this. Maybe I did. I mean, I fought each individually, so I guess the thing is, it's a gank fight, so it has to suck. Like, it's just the rules. It's like, how much does it suck, though? Now, the thing is, we also, like, they did change how the AI on these works as well, so that one's less aggressive, but it doesn't suck that much, though. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I think just copy-paste of enemies. It's strange, because this is an enemy that I call S tier, and an enemy that I call B tier. But I think they don't work together. It's just, all of Elden Ring's duo fights suck massively. Like, I don't like the duo fights in the Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. I think Ornstein and Smough is not a very good fight. I know that might be heresy, but I don't think it's very good. I don't think the ones in Dark Souls 3 are very good. But, like, they're at least unique and are somewhat designed to work together. The ones in Elden Ring are just two other enemies thrown together. So, individually, those enemies are very good. But together, I think, as an encounter together, no. Yeah. The Leonin Misbegotten. Leonin Misbegotten feels like the most C tier enemy. Like, it's like top of C tier, though, isn't it? I think. God, C tier is gonna get way too busy. I need a bigger B tier, maybe. Maybe it is B tier. No, maybe it is B tier. Like, it's an okay boss. It's just one of those bosses there's not much to it. It feels kind of wrong putting it in B tier. Like, the second I saw this, I'm like, oh, that's like top C tier, and then we'll see. Like, C tier is getting way too top heavy, but that's I feel like there's a lot of bosses that feel like they're a C grade, though. Have a lot of content, have a lot of mediocrity as well. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it's like Leonin. I think out of all the C tiers, like, Leonin's pretty okay. You know, it's just there's not much to it. Hey, Mike, yeah, we finished Dark Souls 3. Then we made a Dark Souls 3 boss tier list, and now we're doing one for Elden Ring, since I never did one at the time. Makes bosses in other categories more meaningful. Yeah, true as well. What's this next one? What am I even looking at? I can't even tell what this is. Oh, is that... Oh, that's the twin gargoyle fight. God, that might even be E tier. The thing is, I fought them when I was a bit over-leveled, I think, so they weren't as bad, but it was terrible. It was really bad still. It's just the way the poison works, and you can't see it, and it's not always that clear. The way the attacks... it's a horrible fight. I think it's maybe even it's E tier. I'm gonna put it bottom of D tier for now, but it might even be E tier. It's horrible. I was just fortunate to be spared somewhat of the horror because I was a bit over level for them, but they're not very good at all. Oh yeah, just very bad. Which one is this? It's the one that's in, is it, Noxtella or Nocron? I think it's the one that's guarding the grave that like gets magically taken upwards to somewhere. Is that to the Godwin place then? I think that's like it kind of gets magically taken up the waterfall. These are the two that are guarding that basically. I think it's right past the room with the other D person that's like sat on the floor. That you give the D's armor to. So like it's just past there if I remember right. I'm surprised I remember this. Right. Oh hello. Guess who's coming up next? Elden Beast next. Bad final boss, but not that bad overall. Yeah, Elden Beast. I think is just. It gains points for me because it's visually stunning. It's a visually stunning fight with great like music and stuff. Like the way it flows up in the air, and it's like starts glowing and stuff. It's incredible visually. Mechanically, it's awful. It's a visual cluttered mess. It can sometimes be hard to tell depth perception as well because of the way the effects work on a couple of like the Elden Stars and stuff. Like Elden Star, oh god, I forgot about that. Elden Stars, that attack that tracks you that is nearly impossible to dodge. Oh well, maybe that's overselling it, but it's a nightmare. You got the ring attack's kind of cool that it does. For just basically running after the thing as it rolls around the arena. The way it kind of disappears under the water is kind of cool. But like, I think visually and like aesthetically. Like, if we're just talking visually, aesthetically, it's like A tier. But, like, the gameplay of it is just really not... I think it has to be D tier because of that. It's a good conclusion to Elden Ring. Impressive, magnificent, but not that fun. Yeah, I feel like as the last boss, it's a real letdown. Maybe B. You think B, C tier, great boss, but 1 or 2 quirks that almost ruin it. It's epic, you give it that. Maybe B. I mean... It's definitely more memorable than like anything in C tier, but it's also more memorable for the wrong reasons as well as the right reasons. I think if you would have asked me before even like starting this tier list, like I would not have even entertained the idea of Elden Beast being any higher than this. But even like the sounds when you hit it of it sounding almost like you're hitting glass or something, like it's just. The presentation of that fight is sublime. It's just everything else that's not good. I'm gonna have to think about that one some more. I think, like, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because it's. Then again, the gameplay is the most important part, though. But it definitely is visually stunning. Next up we've got... Oh, is this Elmo of the Briar or is it the Bell-Bearing Hunter? It's the same thing, isn't it? Right? It's actually literally the same person. I'm trying to see if there's a difference on the list here. I don't see it. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's the same person. This was a fight that I never really vibed with. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a bit harsh. Maybe it feels like it probably should be a B tier boss, but like my own experience of it just wasn't great. I just never really got it. The way it had a flying sword, which was cool, but I just never really vibed with that boss. It's one of those bosses that I can't really give you like logical reasoning as to why I didn't overly like it. I just kind of didn't. Would be the hardest boss with more HP in a second phase, very tough moveset. Yeah, it was just a very awkward moveset to deal with. Maybe C's a bit harsh, but I didn't really like it. I didn't hate it. It was just kind of there. Maybe C's being a little bit harsh on it though. No, it is top of C tier. I thought C tier was getting so packed, but that's okay. Yeah, never had much thoughts on it. Never really liked it, but it was kind of there. I don't think I ever actually encountered it. I'm pretty sure I never actually fought him as the Bell-Bearing Hunter. I never came across the Bell-Bearing Hunter. I don't know if that's because I pretty much never played at night, and I think he only appears at night, doesn't he? I think I pretty much always like set it to daytime, constantly. So I only fought him as the Elema of the Briar in the Shaded Castle, I think it's called. So yeah, not a big fan. Erdtree Avatar. I'm just going to assume this is going to be all of them. He's the boss in the Shaded Castle, but yeah, the same as the invading boss. Yeah. Erdtree Avatar. Again, I've got to try and judge it, not remembering the fact that I've had to face it like 20 million times. I think on its own, it's another C tier. I think it's solid on its own, and I don't think it's bad. I think having to face it as many times as you do kind of sucks. I think the repeat of it. I mean, it's effectively a silent demon with a couple more moves. I mean, it literally has reused the animations. I think it's kind of cool, like the laser attack it does. I mean, it's a really basic boss. I kind of think it's cool, this tree avatar. But it's another one of these like C tier bosses. There's just not much to say about it. It's kind of there, isn't it? You know, it's there and it serves a purpose and was overused. I think, yeah. I think that's not much else to say about the Erdtree Avatar. Enjoyable classic boss, but definitely way too many occurrences. Yeah, it was a bit too common. It was a bit too common indeed. They did try different variations of it. Like there was the one in Mountaintop that like split itself in two, which was more annoying, to be honest. There was like the Scarlet Rot one in Caelid, which that was the worst one. That one really annoyed me because the arena was god awful because it was tiny. And trying to avoid all like the lasers and the Scarlet Rot stuff was really annoying. But yeah, I think probably C tier. Well, I might have to relook at some of these C tiers because it is getting quite crowded. Oh, guess who's up next? And yeah, I can't even entertain putting it any higher. Fire Giant. Like when I was saying yesterday about Sister Free that might have finally found a boss I hated as much as Fire Giant, but like Fire Giant is, I nearly quit the game. It really, really put a massive dampener on the experience. I hated this boss. I hated its massive health pool. I hated the camera made the fact that I just couldn't see what it was doing. Because like I'm down here, I can't see if it's going to hit me or what. The way it just would roll away, the way it would kind of get janky when it came to like the uneven terrain it was on. I will give it credit that the lore and the aesthetics of it were pretty cool. You know, the way the eye opens and the way it does like the big explosion fire attack at the start of phase 2. The way it like sacrifices its own leg to open up the Fell God's eye and stuff. That's cool. But it doesn't make up for the fact that I hated this so badly. God, it's miserable. Yeah, no, no. Like, this was like when I was like... This is where I felt the game started going downhill. Impressive but not fun. Yeah. With Alexander as fun though. Yeah, I think, did we do that in the end? I think we did do that in the end, didn't we? Because I was so close to quitting the game. I was like, yes, someone told me to go and get Alexander. Yeah, I hated this boss fight. Like, late game Elden Ring is such an inconsistent, like really an inconsistent experience. But this was like a real low point. It doesn't help. It's not helped by the boss that followed it up either, which I'm sure we'll get to. What is this next one? It looks to me like another generic dragon boss, so I'm just going to put it with the others. They're all kind of whatever. I think, as far as I can tell, I think it's just another one of the generic dragons. So put it there. Yeah, not much to say. Just the whatever boss fights. What's this one though? Is this Fortisax? I think this is Fortisax. Fortisax I think was okay. Again, kind of had issues with the camera. Like, it was nowhere near as good as Placidusax, but it wasn't as bad as the generic field dragons. Is it? Maybe Fortisax is B tier. I think Fortisax is B tier. I think it had cool lightning moves. It had a bit to the fight. You know, I think Fortisax was pretty decent. Like, I think it's definitely. I don't think I'd want to put it high B tier. I don't remember particularly liking it because again, it is kind of has the issues that a lot of the other dragon bosses do. That I recall. Fortisax is amazing, but the level scaling ruins it. It should have been harder. You think so, Dima? Yeah, I don't remember overly enjoying it, but I didn't hate it. I think it was just kind of like, it was a solid boss, I think. Thought it was definitely over leveled. Yeah, I think I might have been as well. I have a feeling I fought it late in the game as well, which is maybe why I don't have that many strong memories of it. Other than it being decent, but still kind of somewhat sucky like the other dragons, other than Placidusax. But yeah, I think B tier for him. The lore behind him is very cool as well. The idea he was like friends with Godwin and was like trying to save Godwin, but instead got corrupted by all the death stuff. That's kind of cool. What is this? Oh God, the Falling Star Beast. Is this the baby one or the bigger one, or does it not make a difference? I don't see the other one on the list that I'm noticing. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to assume it's all... Okay, supposed to be the end boss of a quest line, but the player can usually steamroll it. Yeah, it's like Fia's quest line, wasn't it? So yeah, the Falling Star Beast, I didn't like this boss. I just couldn't vibe with it. It felt like it always had a lot of health as well, and it attacked me very quickly that I felt like I struggled to dodge it. I remember it's just... I don't even know how to describe it. I just remember just really not enjoying this fight, struggling to find openings. Didn't really understand the fight. I just found it very unenjoyable. Didn't find it particularly exciting. The kind of the move where it jumped in the air and became like curled up into a ball was kind of funny. But are we going C tier again? I don't know. I feel like there's a bit more to it, but I didn't like it, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna go C tier again. I didn't really like that boss. Again, it's a subjective tier list, I guess, so it's just my thoughts on. I think it's complex enough to probably be near the top of C tier, but maybe like put it like here. Yeah, I didn't overly enjoy that boss at all. Then we got the magic glintstone dragon. I remember this one a little more, so I guess I'll put it at the top of the basic field dragons, but they're all kind of whatever. Okay. Yeah, it's very kind of heavy in the middle here, isn't it? Interesting. Not much that's utterly terrible, but there's not much that's been amazing yet. Like, it's interesting. Okay. Next up, we've got Godfrey, the First Elden Lord. E tier. Yeah, probably. Godfrey, well, the thing is, Godfrey has a very similar moveset in Phase 1 to the Crucible Knight, which is obviously very good. Obviously, there's lore connections there and stuff, but like that was really cool. Like, I really like Phase 1 Godfrey. Like, he's design-wise cool, the music is cool, the moveset's really fun to dodge. I really like the moveset. Even like the delayed stomps and whatnot. I think what loses him a couple of points is Phase 2. Like, Phase 2 is cool, but I always say that I don't tend to like fights where Phase 2 is completely different to Phase 1. Like, it's to the point where it's effectively a different boss. I don't tend to like that very much. And I think it's kind of cool he becomes this wrestler with these like grab moves and throws you everywhere, but I didn't like that as much. I definitely think Phase 1 is better. It's still a really cool fight. I still think it's one of the best fights. I really do like Godfrey. But I think it's not quite S tier because of that difference in Phase 2. And just Phase 2 just not being as good. Yeah, the kind of lava attack where would break open the floor and things would go everywhere. That was kind of cool as well. I think they had a massive active hitbox as well, so sometimes it was a bit difficult to dodge if I remember. But yeah, still very good overall. Yeah, the super delayed AoE attacks. I mean, it's a game that's full of delayed attacks as well, so it's kind of, maybe that's just something I accept at this point. But I know what you mean. The delayed attacks do kind of suck. There's a boss that I dislike more because of that than Godfrey. I did feel like it was easy to get used to his delayed stomps though, more than anything else. I think his axe, even though some of his axe hits were delayed, they kind of still felt natural and readable, if you know what I mean. A bit like Crucible Knight as well had some delayed strikes, but they kind of felt intuitive, if you know what I mean. But yeah, some of the stomps, the AoE stomps, were like a bit silly in delay because it was effective like the foot's in the air and is the foot coming down? Is it coming down? And it's suddenly coming down. It was a bit silly. I can't deny that. I think solid top of A tier for Godfrey. I think that's fair for him. And then we've got the Golden Godfrey. I mean, this is just the part of Godfrey that's good. I don't actually know. Does this have less moves than Phase 1 of full-on Godfrey? I actually don't know. I always felt like it did, which is why I kind of want to put it in like B tier. Because if I'm giving Godfrey A tier because of Phase 1, and this is just effectively Phase 1 on its own, I mean, I guess I don't really like the ghostly aesthetic. That's kind of sucky. But I think it's... I don't think it did the stomps or anything like that, did it? It didn't do like the AoE. I think it still did the spikes. Depends if you like yellow. It's just Phase 1 but yellow, yeah. I think just for aesthetic reasons, I think it's slightly worse. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's... might have to revisit that. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I'll definitely look at least top of B tier. And at least this had a Phase 2, even if it was very different. It was kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe it is A tier, actually. Maybe it is kind of A tier. I'm going to put it in A tier, actually, for now, I think. Yeah, I think great part. Yeah, I think it's the part that I like. I think it's just because the aesthetic of the ghost looks kind of bad. Kind of ruins it a little bit for me. But no, I think gameplay-wise, still an excellent fight. So I think I'll put that in A tier. Maybe I'll pop it below Placido Sex. That'll be all. Who's this? Oh, Godric. Godric's pretty good, I think. I think Godric's like A tier. As like the first kind of not Lord of Cinder, first Shard Bearer or whatever they were called. I've forgotten now. The first Rune Bearer or whatever it was that you're likely to fight anyway. I think he had pretty solid mechanics. The rolling attack that you could kind of use positional awareness to get around, the different the dragon attacks and stuff, the sort of projectile storms he'd throw at you. But he sometimes, I think, would also use that same startup to do like a roll into the overhead axe slam. I think he was just an all-round pretty good fight. Crazy moveset. Yeah, I like that fight, I think, overall. I think the Phase 2 adding the dragon arm is pretty cool. The lore behind him is horrifying and is, but it's... The area's a little cramped, though. I guess, it's a big area, but I guess there's a lot of, like, stuff in the way on the sides, isn't it? It's kind of, like, more... The kind of corridor or sort of path is clear, but then there's a lot of stuff in the way on the sides, I guess. Yes, cool dialogue. I command thee, kneel! What was it? Like, four fathers, one and all, bear witness. Like, great Godfrey, I hope you're watching, and Godfrey's, like, just doing other stuff, Yeah, I think A tier for Godric. I think that's a really solid fight. Really, really good. I think it's definitely better than like the B tier ones. I think that's a good way of judging it. Is it better than like what is below it? Yes, easily. I think it's better than everything that's below it. Okay. Oh, Godskin Apostle up next. Oh, no. I think Godskin Apostle's solid B tier, actually. I think the Apostle on its own is actually not that bad. I think it gets bonus points for having like a top 2 song in the game, probably. Like the music for the Godskin's really cool. The kind of design of them is really creepy, but like really kind of fascinating. It's cool. You know, the music really adds to it, and I think his moveset's pretty fun generally. I mean, where he becomes like Mr. Elastic or whatnot, with where he's just like super stretchy body, that's kind of a little silly, but it's also kind of intriguing, like lore wise, or what's going who are these people, you know? I think yeah, it's fun dodging around his like scythe. The black flame like tornado attack he does is kind of cool. Yeah, better than the other one. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I actually kind of like the Apostle, honestly. It's just ruined because hello, Godskin Duo. I mean, to be honest, if I was being objective, it's worse than Fire Giant, isn't it? But as a subjective, oh my god, how much do I hate this tier list? I think if Fire Giant's going on the bottom, I hate Fire Giant. Yeah, Godskin Duo is horrible. It's a horrible duo fight. It's really annoying. I know the strat most people use is to put one of them asleep. Some people might not know this, but actually, I don't think that was designed to work, or not work as effectively as it does, because the Godskins actually have an ability that you only got past them because one of them glitched out. Oh god. One of them glitched out for me, but that was glitched out in a bad way, as it actually survived after the boss died and respawned. And, like, killed me, I think. But yeah, the Godskins actually have an ability where they can wake each other up from sleep using a spell. And you'll never see it in the game normally, because it's bugged and doesn't work, because of the other enemies that are outside the arena. The spell doesn't work. So I think it was discovered accidentally in a randomizer where they were put into another arena, and like someone used like the streamer. I remember seeing the clip. The streamer used like the sleep pots on one of them, and then all of a sudden the other one did a move they'd never seen before and woke the other one up, and they're like, "Wait, what?" And so then people realized, "Oh, hang on, yeah, no, they had this move exists. It just doesn't work in the Farum Azula arena." So the one strat that people use on this horrible boss is not actually even intended to be very effective. Yeah, it's just a boss that these two enemies don't work together. It doesn't help that the noble is also a terrible enemy in general. It's horrible, just horrible. I mean, you can tell they're trying to be Ornstein and Smo with like the pillars in the room as well. But I mean, I'm one of the people that doesn't think Ornstein and Smo is very good. So you're emulating a not so good boss fight, but even worse. It's just terrible, utterly terrible. The Spirit Caller Snail boss, I think that's what this one is. It's hard for me to judge this because I genuinely don't think I'm not sure I actually did it. I really don't remember I remember seeing other people do it, but I think I missed this boss in both playthroughs. Since I didn't check every single cave. I think I did miss a few towards the end. I think this is. I'm gonna still rate it though, because I guess I've done the individual parts of it. I mean, it's not maybe a fair comparison. I still think it's got to be like D tier, because doing them back to back is sucky. In a way, it's kind of cool. Like in a way, it's kind of cool to just you know, this random cave and suddenly these two really powerful spirits being summoned by a snail. That's kind of cool. Did it yesterday. Dies at the last hit of the second. Died at the last hit of the second. Had fun. Oh god, that's sucky. Yeah, Godskin Duo sucks. That Godskin fight, I'm sure, probably sucks. Godskin Noble, I think, is also D tier. I think the Noble is so much worse than the Apostle. I just think its moveset is awful. The rolling attack it does is kind of bugged as well. It's actually, in a way, it's bugged in the same way. Speaking of Ornstein and Smough, it's actually kind of bugged in a similar way to Ornstein's dash attack is bugged in Dark Souls 1, where sometimes it'll start, then immediately stop, and you're like, oh, okay, it stopped, I can do something. And then it'll immediately restart again. It's an awfully designed attack, and I think if it wasn't for that attack, this might be like C tier. But that attack is legitimately possibly one of the worst in the game. It's just a horrible... Again, the lore, aesthetics and whatnot is all very interesting. The fact that it's kind of like the noble's more of a fencer as well is kind of cool, but just mechanically the fight's horrible. It's horrible dodging the needle fencing attacks. That one rolling attack's awful. Yeah, but just also the roll lasts for like 10 years, doesn't it? It just doesn't. So it's possibly the worst designed attack in the game, I think, bar none. It also looks very silly as well. How do you avoid it? I'm not very good at it. I think you're meant to sort of roll kind of sort of to the right of it. But generally the best way is to get it stuck on something, usually a pillar. I think in like both boss rooms you can get it kind of sort of stuck on a pillar. I think for the one that you fight on the bridge, you can actually get him to roll off the bridge, if I remember rightly, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's an awfully designed attack. It's really janky. It feels like the sort of attack that would have been in like Dark Souls 1 or something. It's just really bad. Okay, the Duelist. Like, it's just another C tier fight, isn't it? Am I wrong? It's another one of those fights that was like, it filled a spot on the roster and it was alright, you know? It was there. I think seeing it multiple times was kind of worse because it wasn't very good in the first place, so seeing it repeated is kind of sucky, but it's a bit like the Erdtree Avatar, like seeing it once, fine, seeing it constantly, I think it's okay, right? It's another one of those bosses that is there. It's not bad, it's just really thoroughly mediocre. You know, it is what it is. What? Oh, is this meant to be Horaloo? I guess it is. I don't know. To me, it's just part of Godfrey. That's kind of why. That's kind of, like if I was going to rate Horaloo separately, I'd put Godfrey in like S tier. I mean, I've rated Elden Beast separately to Radagon, but they are like two completely different bosses. I mean, I guess Horaloo is different to Godfrey. I don't know if I really want to rate it second phase though. Like, I don't want to rate like Beast Clergyman either. I kind of want to, because to me, like, that's the full package. I don't know, there's something about Elden Beast that makes me, I think because it's just a completely different character, that I want to rate it separately, but I think for Horaloo and Beast Clergyman, I'll kind of keep them the same. Must be. I don't think it's. I think it's intentional because technically it is, I guess, a different boss. Even, but yeah, I think I'll just rate them as the same thing. I think. Oh look, it's another Leonin Misbegotten. No, just the same. Oh wait, is this other one the duo fight with the Crucible Knight? I didn't notice that. Let me look. Yeah, it is. Oh, okay. No. This one needs to get moved to. It's better than that duo fight. Like, I mean, it's a duo fight, so it sucks. So let's put it there. Yeah, no. I think if it's a duo fight, it's got to be at least D tier, if not lower. I think. Yeah. Oh no. Even that's another one with the good Crucible Knight as well, but I just no duo fights. Nope. Okay, we have Loretta. Now, is Loretta going to be on this twice as well? I don't see it. Okay. Loretta. So this is the Haligtree one, but let's just assume it's both. I think Loretta's a solid B fight, right? I think Loretta's kind of pretty solid. Cool magic attacks. You know, running around on the horse, kind of fun to dodge like the attack. Not overly complicated fight. But I think she's fairly solid, right? She's fairly fun. She's fun enough. Yeah, pretty good fight. Like, not Nothing overly stand out, but I think around like the same as Draconic Tree Sentinel is fine. I don't see anything overly wrong with that. I think that's just another solid fight, I think. It feels odd because at the moment she's so high up. Like, which I don't think is that good of a fight, but I look at what's below it. Yeah, no, she's better than like any of this. I think I'm just maybe underestimating just how many kind of mediocre fights there are in this game. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Melania, Blade of Mikola. I've always said I don't think this is a very good fight. I really don't like how the whole fight is balanced around one attack. Like, it really is. Like, the whole fight is all about the waterfowl dance. And I don't think that's great design. I think the lifesteal's a little much. I think the fact that she has, like, hyper armor and stuff like that is silly. I need to give it another run through, I think, at some point. I actually don't think I fought her on my second playthrough yet, so maybe I need to give that another go. I think at the moment, her phase 2, like, there's some things about a fight that are really cool. Like, the Scarlet Aeonia attack is really cool. The kind of butterfly soldier move is really kind of cool. I think on it, like, I really don't, I don't like this fight, but I look at all these other bosses that I'm seeing here, and I'm like, no, she's better than that. I don't like it. But, it's grown on you. To me, it's a very much a mixed feelings fight. Like, I really, I think sometimes she's almost too fast for the game as well. A bit like how, like, honestly, it's similar to how I felt about Sister Freed. I mean, not to the same extent, but in Dark Souls 3, like, sometimes she felt almost like a little too fast for the game. Like, a lot of people say she's a Sekiro boss in Elden Ring. I don't know how true that is. I've not played Sekiro, but she definitely feels a little out of place. Some people think she's actually started his life as an unused Sekiro boss, because her waterfowl attack is very similar to a planned DLC boss or something. But I don't know. You can still hear the I am Melania, Blade of Mikola, and I have never known defeat. Yeah, I mean, she's cool. Aesthetically, she's really cool. The Scarlet Aeonia attack's cool. I'm going to have to give it another solid go, like a real earnest kind of attempt at understanding that fight better. I hate the fact the whole fight is balanced around one attack. Like, I'm really curious what that fight would be like if you took out Waterfowl. I think having an attack that is incredibly unintuitive to dodge. Apparently, it used to be even worse to dodge it as well. Like, it used to be even harder before certain changes to the game made it a little easier. Although, actually, were those changes reverted? I'm not sure. Your strength is extraordinary. Yeah, like, it's not. I'm not on Sister Freed level of this fight, that I just hate. Like Sister Freed, I just hated all sorts about the fight. Melania, I just don't. I don't like, but she has to be better than this sea of mediocrity, though. Like, just mechanically. Like, I didn't like her, but easier without Waterfowl for sure. It's not that bad to dodge. To me, it just was always very unintuitive. Like, I feel like most people that dodged that attack did so by watching a YouTube video on it, to be honest. I think it's an awfully unintuitive and ridiculously punishing attack. I think it's the fact she can do it at any point as well. And if she does it when you're close to her in the middle of an attack animation, you're just dead. Like, it's dodging point blank Waterfowl. I think even at like light rule is still almost like ridiculously difficult. I still think even the top players constantly miss it. Just tanked it with the largest shield. Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, it has lifesteal, but I guess a large shield could work. I don't know. Like, putting her in C tier feels kind of wrong. I might just put her in B tier. Like, I don't know. That feels wrong as well. I don't know. Like, Melania is a fight that I just don't know how I feel about it at any point. Like, I don't like it, but like, I think there's enough good elements to it that I think it's got to be above. It's got to be above all these. I mean, I suppose you could have said the same about Sister Freed on my Dark Souls 3 tier list, but that boss, I hate so much about that. Like Melania, I hate Waterfowl. I kind of hate the sort of the hyper armor she has and the sort of how quick she is a little. The way she can just quickly start random attacks in the middle of strings and break it. Like, there's a lot I don't like. Oh god, I don't know. Maybe it's well, okay. Leave it for now. We'll think about it. YouTube videos learn how to dodge. Your first playthrough you just tanked it. For the second one you learned how to YouTube videos. Felt like learning a speedrun strat. Yeah. No, I'm open to all opinions here. It's interesting to discuss it, and definitely because I mean, bearing in mind, like my experiences are not that extensive of every boss here. You know, like there's a lot that I didn't play a lot of, or so the more kind of thoughts on the matter, the better. I do believe. Okay, Malekith. So I know it's got Beast Clergyman as a separate thing here. I'm just gonna include Malekith along with Beast Clergyman because I think Malekith on his own is almost S tier. I think it's certainly like top of A tier. It's just that Beast Clergyman I don't think is very good at all, and the fact once again that phase 1 and 2 are completely different from each other. This is a fight though that I liked a lot more on the second playthrough. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think I'm putting it in A tier. I think Beast Clergyman stops it from being high A tier. But I still think it's A tier. I think aesthetically it's awesome the way he jumps around the room, the kind of big the big sweeping attacks he does, the kind of the animations, it's fun to dodge. He has one attack that I didn't understand, which was the big AoE one. I think now you've got to chart, you've got to roll into him, you've got to get behind him when he does that. But that was kind of a bit odd. I didn't understand how to dodge that. I just assumed that AoE went behind him as well. In the first playthrough, so I didn't like that attack. But I think he has to be A tier overall. That was a boss that I enjoyed a lot more on the second playthrough. And I think it's better than anything below him, even with the Beast Clergyman phase. Which, the Beast Clergyman has a bunch of punishes, but they're not intuitive or obvious. Like, I think, like, Beast Clergyman is a very counterintuitive fight that's not very fun. But Malekith's very good. I just wish he was the full fight, you know? I wish he had, like, the full health bar. I think that would have been very good. But I still think he's A tier. Holy heck, we still got quite a few more to go here. Jeez, what time is it? Oh my god, it's like 9:30. Is this okay? Margit or Morgoth? Which one's which? Okay. Oh yes, I see the background. Okay, so this one's Margit. Margit, I'm gonna put in A tier as well. But bottom of A tier though, I think. But still A tier. I remember feeling very satisfied when I beat him. Some of his attacks were kind of like surprising, like the instant daggers after, like, as a follow-up, I think was often like that kind of dagger swing he did was kind of like, whoa, I'm not fully processing what this is about. The worst move though was that quick cane swing. I've talked about that multiple times today, to kind of making comparisons to some of the attacks in Dark Souls 3. But that quick cane swing with like no startup, I just always struggled to react to that. It's so frustrating as well, because it's like it wasn't a case of, oh, I made a bad decision there. It's just I can't react quick enough, which is part of it as well. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it was. I remember that one particular move on this boss is burned into my memory. But I still think overall it is a really cool boss. Cool music as well. Cool lore. Yeah, I think Margit is it's kind of like being the first wall in the game to tell people to go elsewhere and stuff. I think he's just a really cool boss. I do really like Margit. Yeah. Bottom of A tier though, I think, but still, I think A tier is still fair. Okay, up next we've got the Sewer Moog, the Moog the Omen. So this one, I don't think I fought this until after I fought the full-on Moog, actually. I have a feeling I didn't find this initially. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually fought this afterwards, or I can't remember now. But, I mean, it's part of Moog, so it's got to be certainly decent. I think I'm going to put it in A tier, honestly. I think it's good. I think I like his attacks. I think they're fun to dodge. The arena, maybe the sewer arena is not that good. Admittedly, it's not like aesthetically or sort of. It's a bit too compact as well. So that arena is not good. But I still think it's effectively like almost like Phase 1 Moog. But I still think it's very good. Maybe no. I think I'll put it there. I think I'll keep it there. I think that's fair. And then full on Moog. I think full on Moog there is the best boss in the game. I think I still think it's still the best boss I've ever played in the video game. I think Gale came close earlier. Like it's still, I think it's very close because Gale's excellent. But I think everything about Moog, his attacks are really fun to dodge. It's really fun to learn him. I actually kind of enjoyed avoiding the fire AoE. Did get a bit much sometimes, but it was kind of fun to kind of make that weave around the boss. His phase 2, I think, nicely builds on the phase 1 with the wings and stuff like that. The music is excellent. The music's excellent. The setting, being in that Mogwin Palace that we saw from like early on the river, wondering, wow, do we get to go up there at some point? Just everything about that. The lore's kind of interesting as well, I guess. Hey Opry, yes, we beat Dark Souls 3. We did a boss tier list afterwards, and now we're doing one for Elden Ring as well, which I played last year, and I never did a tier list at the time. And so yeah, Moog is just my favourite boss in the game. I think it's just really, really fun. It took me a long time to beat it. It might have been one of the longest boss, I think it took nearly a good 2 hours, I think, to beat Moog. I didn't want to use summons. Like my rule for summoning in Elden Ring was if I liked the boss and it wasn't a repeat, I wouldn't summon. If I didn't like or hated a boss, I would summon without regret. That was kind of how I approached it. But yeah, Moog I didn't summon. It was just brilliant fight. Really loved it. It does have one drawback. Oh, thank you for the 69 bits, Opry. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the congrats as well. Yeah, the one downside of Moog, and this is a pretty big downside, is the phase transition. It is forced damage. It is one of the few, if maybe it might even be one of the only instances across any of these games that I've played where you are forced to take damage from a boss. It's a really bad mechanic, and you either have to drink through it with the flasks, or you have to get a crystal tear from some random place in Altus Plateau, and it's a really bad mechanic. I think it's cool visually, this nihil, but I think it's a bad mechanic, and I think if this was any other boss, like that mechanic like that would be like, okay, that knocks it down a tier. I just think that because I was told about the crystal tear so I could enjoy the fight, I had the crystal tear, I used it. I think it made it an incredible fight. I think without that crystal tear though, it is a bad mechanic. I can't really defend the phase transition mechanic. It's bad. It's just that everything else about it is so good that I think it's still the best boss in the game to me. But I absolutely, if someone told me that mechanic ruined it for them, I couldn't blame them. It's not a good mechanic. But okay, yeah, that's Moog. Just incredible all around. Just aesthetics, music, gameplay, mechanics. Just very, very good. Morgott. I think Morgott is just a better version of Margit. I think maybe there. I don't think it's better than Godfrey. Well, it might actually be better than Godfrey. I think, yeah, I really enjoyed Morgott, actually. Yeah, I was all around just a complete fun fight from start to finish. I think the one downside, I guess, is that it's not a massive health bar. Like, I feel like most players that make it to Morgott, he kind of dies quite quickly for them. Because I remember it's still taking me a little while to beat him for sure. Because I didn't use summons on him or anything. So I know it did still take me a while, but I did do a lot of damage to him, I think, still. His attacks were kind of fun to dodge. Some of them were a little out of nowhere. Again, like the kind of the dagger attack, I think, was back from Margit. And hey, Ted Jack, hope you're doing well. But I think it was fun. Yeah, just the different flow, the way the attacks often flowed together was kind of cool. the big like hammer attacks and whatnot. I think he had a big spear attack, which was cool as well. I think just a fun fight overall. But again, the lore's really cool as well. Design's cool. Yeah, I just think he's a really solid fight. And honestly, like, it was after him. After him was when the game started going downhill a bit. Like that, if that had been like the penultimate boss, and then there was like, hey, look, there's going into like Elden Beast. Well, okay, that would have been a nice ending to the game. But then it went on, and then went on, and it went on. Just got did a win. Yeah, we beat Dark Souls 3. So we did, so now we're just doing some boss tier lists. We did one for Dark Souls 3. Now we're doing one for Elden Ring. Yeah. So yeah, top of A tier for Morgott, I think. Who is this? Oh, the Knights Cavalry. That worked for Morgott. I'll be honest, I think they're C tier. I think they're like they're a very basic cavalry boss that I just don't think is very good. It's like a less interesting tree sentinel boss. Yeah, nothing special. I think just somewhere in C tier, you know, like not just kind of one of the mediocre bosses that fills a spot on the roster, which I think is needed. You know, they can't. When you have as many bosses as this game does, they're not all going to be like super intense, mechanically fun times. But it's just a basic boss that fills its role and was maybe repeated too much. I don't think I actually ever encountered very many of them because, again, I never played at like nighttime. I always made it daytime in Elden Ring. But yeah, they're just a kind of whatever cavalry boss. Next one was like this. These were the Nox, right? This was the Nox duo fight that I think for some reason this was in like, what was that? God, what was the name of that place? The Caelid City of Sorceries. I think this is where they were, which is an odd place for them actually, lore-wise. I wonder what they were doing there. Maybe I'm misremembering. But it's a duo fight, so I don't think it was that bad of a duo fight, but it was a duo fight, so it has to go in D tier. They be the rules. Yeah, it's like one has like a sword or something that becomes like a whip, I think. Two kind of like regular enemies from later thrown together as a boss duo, but just no, not very good. Actually, I'm gonna probably put them like yeah, put them like that. What's this next one? I have no idea what I'm looking at. What even is that? I legitimately cannot tell what this is. I've got no idea what this boss is. I can't tell. I can't tell what the next one is either, actually. What the heck are either of these? Yeah, I don't know. The next one looks like it's like zoomed in. I wish it could zoom out a bit. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like it's part of a dragon, but then it's got something growing on it. I don't know what either of these next two are. The rating for Dark Souls 3, if I were to rate it out of 10? That's a good question. 7.5 maybe? Yeah. Yeah, 7.5 probably for Dark Souls 3, I would say. I don't know, maybe that's slightly harsh, maybe 8. I think 7.5. Because I'd rate Elden Ring like a 9. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what these next two are, so I can't really rate these two, because I have literally no idea what I'm even looking at. I'm trying to zoom in. It looks like a jar on some legs or something, but Oh, is this the Alabaster Onyx Lord? Yeah, I think it is, because I don't see him on the rest of this list. It doesn't look like him at all, but I'm gonna just pop him into C tier. I think it's just another whatever fight. This one I have no idea. I have legitimately no idea what I'm looking at. I'm just going to assume it's just some random boss. If I can't tell, it's probably mediocre. Oh, meant the graph I have on stream. Oh, for Dark Souls 3. I'll get back to that one in a minute. We'll just finish this one off first. I'm not sure where it is now. Oh, is it? Oh no, I closed it. I think I'll find the image in a minute. Then we have Radagon. I didn't like Radagon. Music's very cool. Aesthetically, kind of cool, although he kind of looked like a boring robot in a way. But I felt like Radagon was where the delayed attacks kind of got almost comical. Like the one attack where he was like swinging the hammer, and it looks so unnatural. Like I understand delayed attacks in general can look a little unnatural, but for Radagon it was so unnatural. It didn't even look like there was momentum behind it. It just looked silly. It's like and slam. I just couldn't like get into Radagon's fight at all. The AoE everywhere constantly. The teleporting, the instant kind of lightning, the instant lightning spears he did. I really didn't like this fight very much. If I'm putting Melania in B tier, then I kind of have to put Radagon in B tier as well, which feels again wrong because I don't like. They're the two fights that I don't like. But I think they kind of just have to still be above this sort of sea of mediocrity, if you know what I mean. It feels odd putting them in B tier because to me B tier is like bosses I like. I'm almost tempted to put them both into C tier, honestly, but God, look at the size of C tier. Frame perfect to dodge Radagon's AoE. I think you can dodge most of it by jumping, which I didn't know initially because I never jumped at all in the first playthrough. It's just the timing of it's a little weird, and the direction of it's a little odd. But the way you feel a bit long, yeah, it's hard. I'll think about those two because I don't like Radagon. Radahn. This is a tough one. I think as a spectacle, like when he comes down as phase 2 as that meteor is incredible. I think if you treat it as a raid boss, which I think is kind of how it was designed, and you summon everyone and you all charge at Radagon, I think it's a kind of really cool fight. I think solo it's a little less fun, to be honest. I still think it's B tier. It's not A tier, but it's... I still think Radagon is like Radahn is like B tier. As like a spectacle of like nothing else, you know? Gimmicky but cool as hell, yeah. Oh, you tried it, still felt frame perfect. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Like Radagon's AoE is annoying as hell. Yeah, I think Radahn's a cool spectacle. I'm surprised I've put Niall so much higher than... No, I like Niall though. But yeah, no, Radahn's a cool spectacle. I think it's, again, the camera... It's another fight where he's so big the camera gets a little busted. Because to me anyway, it's hard to see what he's doing when you're close to him fighting melee. Because it's hard to see what his arms are doing. So I don't love it, to be honest, solo. But I think as an experience, and if you treat it as like as a raid boss experience, I think it's kind of fun. I think it's cool and it's memorable. So I'll put him in, keep him in B tier. The Red Wolf of Mediocrity. I mean, this is another one that's, I think, high C tier, isn't it? It's kind of alright, you know? It's kind of like a throwback to Sif, isn't it? But worse. Well, is that fair? Because Sif was a really basic fight in Dark Souls 1. I think I actually rated it like in B tier as pretty solidly. But that's in the context of Dark Souls 1, I suppose. It's probably a slightly better Sif. I kind of like the design less, though. Having the magic and stuff's kind of cool. I think it's an okay fight. Again, I don't think there's enough to it to really warrant even being B tier in this game. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's fair for that though. It's another one of those. It's high C tier, you know. Ooh, the Ancestor Spirit. So I'm assuming this is both the regular and regal one combined together. I'm putting that in A tier, I think. Now this is a fight that I'm rating more so on the experience of it than just the gameplay. Like the gameplay mechanics of the fight of both of them are fine. They're okay. They're not like I think they might even be C tier, honestly. C to B tier maybe low B tier. But they're okay. I think what makes this fight for me and what makes it one of my favorites is the design. Like I remember walking into that fight and just seeing this like sort of, you know, this deer in the back with, you know, the fog resting on the water and this kind of beautiful but mysterious music playing as it kind of jumps around on the air, and I know like the kind of effect of it. Like it was one of the most memorable experiences of the game, and I was just kind of like just really taking it all in afterwards. Like it wasn't a hard fight, it wasn't an overly complicated fight mechanically. But it was very memorable, and it was one of my favorite parts of the game. Certainly the early game as well. I remember just kind of being like, wow. Like there was just something about that experience that really resonated with me. Like it wasn't an overly great boss mechanically. There wasn't that much to it. Even the Regal one, which I think the Regal one was the one that started rolling and then absorbing the life force of some of the other animals in the arena to heal itself. I think it's cool. I think it would honestly be a solid B tier fight, probably. If it wasn't for the fact that just the aesthetics were really for me to still make it A tier. That might not be the popular opinion, I wouldn't say, but for me, I think it's. I think even originally I would have had it higher, but I think just being an A tier, I think is the right call for that for me. Okay. Renala. I think once again kind of C tier. I'll be honest. Yeah, Phase 1 is just kind of a boring puzzle gimmick boss thing. Phase 2 is a more interesting, finding her as a sorcerer. I don't really like when she summons the ghost though, making it again to a gank fight. The arena's cool, the aesthetic's cool, the lore's cool. You know, effectively, you know, Phase 2, you're fighting an illusion conjured by Rana. You're not even really fighting Renala anymore, but I don't like the fight that much though. I think sorcerer caster enemies are kind of difficult to get right in general. I've just noticed I think there's a boss missing from this list actually. Yeah, there is. There's no Gideon on here, I don't think. I mean, if I had to rate Gideon, I'd probably put him in like C tier. I kind of thought he was okay, but probably like top of C tier. Yeah, so yeah, Renala's just like, I didn't really like her as a fight. Didn't appreciate it. I still think it's probably C tier. Yeah, enough cool about it that I like. I get it. It's weird. Some of these fights that I felt that were not very good, that always stuck in my mind, that as fights I didn't really like. But then I compare them to again, all of these, and I'm like, well, it's still kind of better than these though. Like, I think it's just because a lot of these fights I felt nothing about. It's like just plain bread, you know. I have no opinion. It's just they're there, you know. At least Renala, I have opinions on, I guess. Yeah, okay. Rykard. This was like similar, I guess, another gimmick boss in the way Yorm the Giant was. We just played in Dark Souls 3, but infinitely better. I think this is like a top 5 or so fight for me, maybe. Did I get more than Placido? I don't know if I'm maybe slightly overrating Placido Saxton. I think I liked Rykard more. I think this was like, as a spectacle, was great. I actually kind of I found that the arena was really cool. Dodging the attacks was kind of fun, of both the snake and then the phase 2, the sword and stuff. It wouldn't be fun if you weren't using the Serpent Hunter though, because you're trying to get close with the lava would be nightmarish. I think I'm trying to think. Well, sorry, this is God. Like this, so much talking. Yeah, I think he's just a really cool gimmick boss. I think obviously the one thing that I think throws a lot of people off and threw me off a lot was the Rykard's Rancor attack, which is where the skulls rain from above, which I feel is a really cool spectacle, but that attack is concerning at first. You kind of have to start running away like immediately. Yeah, the cool cutscene as well. We shall devour the gods together. Yeah, I think he's a top 5 boss for me. I did really like Rykard. I think as a gimmick boss, it's probably the best gimmick boss in any of the games for sure. Just really cool. The boat guy. I've forgotten the names now. The Tibia Mariner, is it? These were pretty awful. I think these were awful enough to not even be in C tier, to be honest. I think these were awful enough to be in D tier. Maybe like maybe like there. They're just kind of bad. Just summon stuff, just sit there and do nothing, and then disappear, and then you're running around trying to find out where it went. No, not very good. Not very good. Might even put it like there, to be honest. Okay. Regular Tree Sentinel. I think Regular Tree Sentinel is B. Oh, not S. I think for what it is early in the game, it's kind of a fun challenge. I think it's like, I think for what it is, it's B. It's not quite as good as obviously the Dragonic Tree Sentinel, but I still think it's a solid boss. You know, bad but not annoying. Oh, the Tibia Mariner, yeah. I think bottom of B tier for a regular Tree Sentinel, but I like Tree Sentinel. I think it was fun. Just not quite as good as the Draconic one. Next up, oh hello, I forgot about you. The Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Oh, nope. I don't think so. You're going in D tier. There's a bit to you, so I'll put you ahead of some of these other bad D tier ones. But I hate this fight. I hate how often it was repeated, because it's like a bad fight repeated often. Its hitboxes were weird, its timings were weird, the camera went weird with it. Trying to fight it in a small space with the camera and stuff is an absolute living nightmare. No, actually, I hate it more than these. I almost want to put it in E tier, but I don't think it's quite E tier. It's not quite on that level, but it's bad. I hate Ulcerated Tree Spirits so much. Oh, nightmare. Absolute nightmare of a fight. Just the hitbox, everything, the hitboxes, when it would like have it would go absolutely crazy in phase 2. No. Oh, this one's like one of the gargoyles on its own. Was this the Black Blade Kindred again? I don't actually know. I think this is fine. I'll just put it with the other one. I think they are slightly different, but I think they're somewhat similar fights though still. Yeah, I no strong opinions on them. They're okay, dodge around, hit them. I don't remember them being too much else to them. Very chaotic. Wait, what was the last one? Wait, what was the last one I did? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, the tree spirit. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's just I did not like those fights at all. The worm face, like bottom of C tier. I remember like nothing interesting about this. Maybe it's even worse than C tier. Maybe it's like another D tier fight. Like I remember nothing positive about this at all. It was just kind of there. The one goal is more annoying probably because it has a huge AoE with a huge range. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even remember fighting one on its own. I'm sure I did, but it obviously didn't leave a lasting impression on me. Yeah, and that's done because I'm not rating Beast Clergyman and Horaloo separately. So, yeah, I think the only one that's missing is Gideon that I can recall. But yeah, Gideon would be like C tier somewhere probably. Maybe B tier. I don't mind Gideon that much. A lot of people hate it, but I don't mind Gideon. It's before the lift to the mountaintop. Oh yes, I remember now. Yeah, I think I might have thought that. I can't remember. I think I ran past it initially and then maybe went back later. But okay, this is our tier list. Anything I feel like we should move? I'm surprised putting Melania and Radagon this high up because I know I don't like either of the fights, but it also feels slightly odd putting them in like below that in C tier. Because the thing is, everything else in C tier is in C tier because it's just kind of mediocre. There's not much to it, you know. Whereas these two, there's a lot to the fights. I don't think they're great. Whatever, we'll leave them there. Estelle is quite high. Yeah, I don't think I really loved Estelle playing it, but I think it's a cool, unique fight, and I think it's kind of fun-ish. Like, I don't know, I'm just kind of compare it to the fights that I've got rated below it. And I feel like, yeah, most of those would be... But I'm surprised Estelle is... I am actually quite surprised Estelle's, like, quite high. Because I never, like, loved that fight, but I just thought it was cool. Loretta is cool, yeah. I'm kind of surprised B tier feels a little light, to be honest, but... Yeah, nothing's sticking out at me as being overly bad here. Oh, Elden Beast, because... Yeah, I think just because of all the issues of Elden Beast, I think it has to be D tier. And I think Melania and Radagon, I always say I don't really like them, so I don't think I can reasonably put them in B tier. I think I need to give them another shot and another playthrough. I need to kind of like try to appreciate them more. But I think my current feelings on them are like I just don't like them. But yeah, we'll give them another shot maybe. Mounted bosses are mostly cool. Yeah, I think so. I think they're at least okay. There's no bad mounted boss. Like even the Knights Cavalry is just kind of average mid. But yeah, not much else to complain about here, I think. Yeah, just missing poor old Gideon. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think yeah, Melania and Radagon are the hardest two I think to place on this whole list. Because there's a lot to them. There's like a lot I should appreciate compared to like most of this other stuff. But I just don't think the fights are very good. I just think they've got annoying problems that kind of ruin the experiences of them. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Do I want to move like no, like even I'm trying to think if I want to rearrange the B ones, but no, I think those are mostly fine. A's fine. Yeah, I don't really disagree with any of these in A. The order of these in A. Oh, True False, thank you for gifting a sub to Frush. True False, you are too generous. Thank you so much, True False. You don't have to do that. Holy heck. Enjoy the emotes, Frush. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit tired now, but thank you so much. Sorry, I'm kind of a bit low energy. But thank you so much, True False. That's far too nice of you. Yeah, I think that'll probably do for the Elden Ring tier list. Okay. Right, sorry, I guess we go and see who's online then, I suppose. Yeah, sorry, that most of the stream was literally just me sat here making tier lists. But that was fun though, talking about all the bosses of everyone. That was fun. And yeah, I've been meaning to do the Elden Ring one for a while. It's just I knew how long it would take. Okay, who's online? Let's go and say hello to Budsy. Why not? Let's go and say hey to Budsy. Have a lovely rest of the day, everyone. Let me just go everything again. Yeah, thank you, Opry, for the 69 bits. Thank you, True False, for the gift sub. Thank you for everyone for listening to me ramble about these bosses and my random, probably terrible takes on them. Anyway, let's go say hello to Budsy. I don't know what we're doing next time. Maybe more CV4. We did get to PB today, which was nice and very unexpected out of nowhere. So I guess we'll keep trying to push our time down in that. I need to do more practice. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do some more casual stuff.